And we are alive, Lino Hugo. Yeah, boy, it's going to be a big one today, folks. So, as always, this is Mulligan Opinions. This is number 17th or whatever. I think that's what it is. My co-host here can tell me if I'm wrong or right. Which, of course,
I lost track at like
always,
5.
I'm brought to you by Alex and Xander. How are you guys doing today?
He doesn't even give us an option to ruin his intros anymore.
I know, he's thought this through at this point.
You know how many people we have to intro? We literally
Today-
could be outvoted in our own podcast today.
Well, today's podcast was deemed a holiday, so we weren't going to do it. And so we retrieved guests, and we retrieved one guest for each of our hosts. And would you like to run it on down, Clone?
All right, well, for our first guest, going left to right on the Discord call, we have a Mr. Man on Mars, also known as Drew. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
That's good. Running it down next, Sander.
Oh, here we have Sight.
What's up?
And then lastly, Alex.
We got Douglas himself.
Again, because
Hi, everybody.
he likes making bad decisions. Yeah. So, as you just heard, we have 3 other people here. 2 that haven't been on the podcast. 1 I've never heard about. And, so how about you guys introduce yourselves? Starting with whoever. I don't care. You can talk over each other.
Can we
Start
argue
with
about
this.
Yeah, you can
this
easily argue
alphabet
about it.
first.
We're here to argue.
I definitely don't want to go first.
I'll let you go first. Don't worry. Be my guest.
Yeah, so hi. I've been on the podcast in its early stages. I want to thank you for welcoming me back again for Mulligan Opinions. I hear good things about the podcast since its infancy, and excited to be here. I've been a friend of the group for several years. Want to be Pokemon Master. Enjoy gaming, anime, and occasionally baseball and hockey.
Oh, we're going to get into that.
Yeah, he wants to be the very best. like no one ever will. I am Drew. I'm not going to use my username because that's lame. I am the DM for Alex and Ryan. I play a lot of games, mainly RTSs and RPGs. Listen to a lot of music, computer nerd shit, and that is me.
I'm Brian. I'm an overall nerd. I play a lot of Diablo clones, like action RPGs. Yeah.
All right, now, because that was our most professional intro ever, now we can get into normal stuff. So, yeah, today was supposed to be a holiday. I'm kind of shocked that we're doing this for first off. So I wasn't prepared. I got prepared like an hour ago. So you're welcome, is all I'm going to say. I appreciate your thanks and applause. Oh, wait a minute. I don't even need you guys to do thanks and applause. Wait, 1 sec. I can do this. Don't even need you.
Wow.
Don't even need you.
We have
Don't even need you guys.
The horror.
Now, the side note here is I'm going to guess a common ground for most of us here because I have no clue about Brian because, like I said, this is the first time I've met him, unless I've completely forgotten about another time. Xander has so many friends around the globe that, he keeps secret.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing common ground is probably video games. So, as he mentioned, action RPGs. How about we do a little school group learning together and state our favorite type of game?
FPS. Competitive FPS.
Alex?
Shitty Korean MMOs.
Well, okay.
This man playing Phantasy Star Online.
What are you called?
Oh, I'm going next? Oh, I was going to let everyone else go.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
completely bypass the topic like a normal.
No.
If I were to hazard a guess, I'd probably say RPG. To be honest with you, probably more JRPG than more normal RPGs. But I do like my favorites growing up were always like Fallout, Witcher. And by growing up, I mean Witcher was not really after. It was after I grew up, but Fallout growing up, Dragon Age, and then by that it's just FPS because I mean, who doesn't like an FPS?
Great choices.
No, you. I'll kiss you.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'm a big fan of strategy games. I would second the RPG element of that as well. But yeah, I'd say in general that's where I dig.
I'm really big into action RPG and racing games in general. Yeah.
Racing. I didn't see that one coming.
Racing.
Gran Turismo
that like being
is
a
excellent.
Like NASCAR Gran Turismo where you're on a track, or like
Sure.
the like street racing like Need for Speed or
No, nothing arcadey, more sim. Like
Okay.
old like
More
Forzas,
sim-y. Okay.
like old Forzas and old Gran Turismo.
Did you play the new Forzas?
Yeah, like they're all right.
Okay.
Yeah, the motorsport's a little iffy, but I mean Horizon's really fun, but it's all gotten more arcadey.
And then you have Drakkar Dirt Rally, whatever the fuck it's called, that came out and is immediately half off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked decent. Same thing with Riders Republic. I noticed that went on a huge sale as well.
I just want to point out we haven't talked about Drew yet. Well, I guess technically he did, but
Yeah, I like RTSs primarily and JRPGs. I'm a big JRPG fan. If you name a JRPG, I've probably played it. I'm
So
really
not
good at
ooh,
strategy
ooh.
games. So yeah, I love like Civ. I love any 4X game. I love StarCraft, Warcraft. Just strategy games and JRPGs like Persona and such.
I love
SMT.
Civ when Douglas is my opponent.
Yeah, and I love Civ when Alex isn't trolling.
that's never though.
Another
Civ 7, Gandhi for the win.
I'll never forget.
another common ground that we all share is anime.
Well, you don't share that ground.
I kind of do. Not as
No.
probably
Yeah.
not nowhere near as
You
the rest of this group.
Literally a
Not-
year ago said, I'm not a weeb.
I'm not nearly. Well, what do you compare me to you two or the rest of this? Everybody else in this group? Nah, I'm on the other side of the other side of the table. For every one I see, everyone else in this channel seen 5, or for in your
What's,
case, 35.
No, let's go through and just name your favorite anime. Number one.
Yeah, from left
From
to right.
any
Let's start
time,
with
not
Norb.
like modern
Yeah,
versus.
just go left to right.
I know
Left
there's
to
a
right?
difference modern, but it's just anytime.
Okay, anytime.
All time
Okay.
favorite.
Does this mean I'm the one on the
Oh,
left?
Yes,
absolutely.
you are the
Yep,
one on the
you
left.
Sure are. We'll go
Oh,
right
it's
to
a,
left.
it's a
then.
big secret. It's One Piece.
Oh, here. Let me help you in case anybody had an inkling of what's
Yeah.
left to right. That's left to right, according to me.
I said
Yeah.
no. It's
Yeah,
surprisingly not actually One Piece. Most of the time it is Made in Abyss, but One Piece is a guilty pleasure.
We Made in Abyss is so good.
I thought the guilty pleasures for you were like shitty isekais who eat up like
Yeah,
cup
liking
ramen.
one
Ooh, he's oh,
liking One Piece is like liking fucking Detective Conan.
One Piece is so
It's like
good,
it's 1,000 episodes long and nothing really happens.
It is so good though. But no, Made in Abyss soundtrack too good. Storyline, it's not done. I gotta know how it ends, but that'll happen in like 80 years.
Don't eat it food while doing it. That's what stopped me from watching
Yeah.
the second season.
Yeah,
I
don't
haven't
even
gone back
watch
to it.
Well, you get like 3 episodes in
Well,
season 1.
I
You
did.
can probably eat food,
Season
but
2
after
as
that-
well. Season 2, I was eating food all the way to episode 3. Then halfway through episode 3, it got, oh boy. Yeah, I crossed a boundary I should not have quashed. Quashed? Yeah, quashed.
Oh,
Watch.
wow.
watched it.
I
Watch.
quashed it. Ooh, woo.
Some kind of weird
Fucking
squash.
kill me. Yeah. There's so much squash.
Yeah, but then we have other things like also in my top 5 is like Toradora, so we jump around.
Yeah.
Made in
You
Abyss, a
jumping around.
Toradora dramatic shift.
I know.
All right.
Toradora's the eye bleach for after watching Made in Abyss.
Clone.
Oh, my next? I
Yeah.
was expecting, just ignoring me and going on to the next person.
He's gonna hit us with the capital AB.
Okay, so my favorite of all time, if I hazard a guess, by hazard a guess, I mean I know because I'm me, is Cowboy Bebop. It's my favorite
Yeah.
one. The soundtrack's a fucking bop. The characters are great. The
Yoko
progression.
Kanno, oh my god, the seatbelts.
Oh my god, seatbelts. Then you have a bunch of the other people who make the non-jazzy stuff. Because I have all of this Cowboy Bebop soundtrack in CD form. This is how big of a nerd I am. Don't even get me started about the movies and the 25th anniversary, which is this year, by the way. 25th anniversary of Cowboy Bebop. Also meaning I'll turn 25 this year. But I have all of them but 2. So I was missing the other 2 because one of them was fucking like $250 and the other one was just I couldn't find it easily. But besides that, if we're talking more modern, you want to talk about dichotomy, right? My most recent favorite anime and what my current waifu is Elena from The Traveling Witch. Elena, which is great. Complete dichotomy. And then next to that one is Laid Back Camp, which is fantastic. Most coziest.
We were dropping our waifus
This
in
man's
this
so
chat.
Well, of course,
comfy.
we got to fucking create discourse. That's the only way we can do things around these parts.
Jeez.
That is the name of the app we're using.
Wow. I'm
Discord.
gonna just if I wasn't the main host here and I could just leave without losing all of your other audios, yeah, I would do that right now. Yeah,
You know
I mean,
what you can do instead though?
deafen.
No, you can just let me go find it.
I can do
Wow.
that. Yeah, so that's kind of my favorite animes. I'd probably say Cowboy Bebop is the number one by far because I mean it's so hard to beat for me, but it is getting up there in age. So the next
it's
person in
getting-
that line.
getting old.
Of
I'll
this,
just give
do it.
top 3 because it gives a
That's true.
pretty distinct narrative of what I like to watch. It's gonna be Mirai Nikki number 1, which is Future Diary for English speakers. Steins Gate is number 2. It's pretty good. And number 3 is Pet Girl of Sakura Sao.
Really? No shit.
Wow.
I didn't know.
Best girl loses in that anime, but that anime made me feel things.
I don't like how big of it. Yeah. Well, I need more.
You're
alcohol.
having some uwu troubles for
All 3
You don't
of
know
those
me. This is
animes
average.
are
It really
short.
is.
They get to the point pretty quick. There's development very fast, and that's what I really like about them. Basically, all 3 of them share the similar fast pacing. It's one long season, so it's usually 24, 26 episodes. And yeah, things just happen quickly.
And it was Mirai Nikki. What was the second one?
Mirai Nikki, Steins Gate, and
Steins
Sakura Style.
Okay, well, my joke goes out the window. Okay, cool. Never mind. I can make a different joke, though. I mean, if you didn't say Steins Gate, I would have said School Days. think you really like School Days.
God, I hate School Day. By far the worst anime I've never finished.
Man. All right, down the line. We got Brian.
It's gonna be. It was my first manga. It's Hunter x Hunter,
Oh.
and then watched the original series, and I just fucking fell in love with it. And then it just how it fell off the radar for so long, and I just never had any hopes because I was a huge fan of Yu Yu.
Mhm.
And then I just none of us ever had any hope of it ever coming back. And then it came back, and it's just the animation's so fucking good. The voice actors are so fucking good. They did fucking amazing. 2 is Elfen Lied.
Oh boy.
Oh, I love Elfen Lied.
Dude, fucking Papa. Fuck, dude, that fucking I love
Oh,
fucked up
no.
anime, and that's up there. And it's nice and short. 3 is probably just Kira.
Oh, that's a good
But
one.
Demon Slayer,
Motorcycle.
yeah, dude, like that. I rented. That was the first anime I ever saw. We rented it from the public library. They did not know what they had. It was like one of the
Wait.
very few movies you could rent from a public library.
That's crazy. You had that in a public.
It was
Man.
insane.
Whew.
They did not know what they. Me and my brother watched that, and we were just our minds were fucking blown.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
But I think Demon Slayer actually lately. I'll have to give it some more time because season 3 just ended.
Have
But I
you
think
watched it
that's-
all?
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
wow.
definitely. Oh, that might make top 3.
Douglas has
Depending on
not,
next
so
season.
Okay,
I
we'll
have
keep
not
the.
either.
spoiler free
okay.
this shit.
All I know is it is a beautiful fucking anime, like animation quality wise, great.
It's very good. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it yet. Highly recommend. No spoiler.
Hashtag spoilers. Oh my bad.
Hashtag
I'm sorry.
spoilers
I'm
all the
becoming a
time.
young man suddenly. I need to say pound symbol. I said that the other day. I couldn't believe that came out of my mouth.
Hashtag pound symbol.
No, pound sign. I said literally.
Symbol, and why are you pounding him?
You know.
Yeah.
Whew.
Like
Symbol
the
looking pretty
instrument,
thick right
Ryan?
now. Oh yeah. The one thing I don't have in my house for a drum kit.
So is the question name your favorite anime or your
Yes.
top 3?
You can do
It's
both.
favorite anime, and we're.
I just did my top.
It
3.
evolved into that as we went down the line, but it's really just
Mhm.
what's your favorite anime? That's what the actual question is.
Yeah.
So I'm not supposed to list my top 3.
You can
don't
list your
have to
top
if you
three.
don't want
If you
to.
don't
You
want
can do
to,
whatever.
All
I
right.
only did my top.
There's
3.
choices in life, Doug. This is one of them.
Because I feel like the wonderful thing about the genre is you have so many different variety of animes that can provide you with different mediums of entertainment. You've got stuff that can make you cry, stuff that'll make you laugh, stuff that'll inspire you, stuff that's just easy to look at, stuff that'll do stuff for you in more grown-up
Do
ways.
stuff for
But
you.
what I want to say though is if I had to pick my top 3 overall anime, okay, I've stuck with the Dragon Ball series for a long time, and that's probably number 1 for me. Love Vegeta, love Goku, love the whole Z Fighters, love Super. Old Dragon Ball has a special place in my heart too.
oh, Dragon Ball was good.
And if there was a number
The
2,
manga was great.
I would probably pick Attack on Titan, which for me has not finished yet, so that could change. It's not over yet, but I absolutely love the storytelling and how convoluted it can be sometimes. I appreciate the narrative, and the art is astounding in at parts. And I'd say number 3 has got to be Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is the original shonen, and I love shonen anime. And I mean, you get attached to these characters within the first few episodes, and you just want everything to go right for them. And it's really entertaining to see them on their journey. The level of depth that goes into just each character and how the characters interact with each other and the different abilities that they have. It is also to this day still one of the most excellent animated shows out there. So if we're talking about top 3, that's probably my top 3.
So
Are we-
for
Are we allowed to
Different-
spoiler Hunter x Hunter a little?
I mean, I've watched all the way to the Chimera arc, and I have no plans to finish it because I just did not like.
I'm never gonna
Dude,
finish
Yeah.
Hunter
it
x
gets. Oh my god, it's so.
I know.
Oh,
Everyone's.
I don't know.
told me
Do
that.
you want to spoil anything for your potential viewers? I mean,
Here's what we do. Here's what we do with spoilers. We've done this for years with podcasts. By years, I mean how long has this been going? 17 times every 2 weeks. So double that. I don't know. Almost
34
a year.
weeks.
We're close. Half a year. We should have probably done a celebration for that. Who cares? We just say this. So I'm not going to put a timestamp in because I'm too lazy to do that because nobody watches this.
No, we normally just put in hashtag spoiler alert
So
starts here.
here's your spoiler alert, right? If you're listening to this and you care about what we're talking about, Hunter x Hunter, which is a good show. I won't say it's bad. I just couldn't get past it. Like many good shows, like Future Diary, I'll probably have to rewatch it again like 3 times to get past this part I disliked. This is me rambling on, so you can get the fuck off or mute for like probably 10 minutes or something. I don't know. And there you go. There's your spoiler alert. So have at it, you.
Alright. So, like the switch at the end, when you realize that, like, when Gon, you realize the morality of Gon is just some of the most amazing fucking writing, and he really like made it look like he knew what the fuck he was doing when he wrote that. Because I mean, Gon is just this bubbly character the entire way through, and then it's like, no, he just wants to do what he wants to do. And he's willing to murder a child and murder Pito and just murder every fucking one. Like I was uncertain if at a point he was going to just fucking take Killua's fucking head off. That's just some of the most fucking amazing writing. And then like at the same time you have Meruem becoming human and like gaining humanity. It's just, oh my god.
You've made me realize it's been way too long since I've seen that show, so I have no idea.
It's so much exploration of humanity right at the end with like the fight between the chairman and Meruem.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
I've
then-
heard that so many times. Yeah.
It's crazy. That it's just peak. Even though like there's some really slow parts in that show that turn a lot of people off.
Mm-hmm.
The
That's
anime
why I
ended in
didn't
like
finish it.
the best worst spot though.
I mean, well, this is super spoilers. Like Gon's gone. Like you won't see Gon ever again, even if they continue the anime.
Even if they get to it, 80 years from now.
Hey, Clash of the Elite got a season 2. You never know.
No Game No Life fans crying in the corner.
Thanks to life sitting issues. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a very big fan of Hunter x Hunter.
Mhm.
Except, I mean, obviously, there's detestable parts of anime that I wish, like, we've all grown accustomed to it.
Just
But-
in every anime.
It's just just like the fan service and
Hot
Oh,
spring
yeah.
episode
Yeah.
plus
The-
beach
like-
episode plus ratio.
like, oh, I'm the classic, like, oh, I'm not a child, I'm a like 5,000-year-old dragon girl.
Vampire?
Like, fuck
Yeah.
off. Like, it's
Whoa,
just-
whoa, whoa,
just
whoa!
fucked
You're
up.
sounding a lot like Twitter suddenly.
Dude,
Yeah,
you're-
these are some
Is
some
that what-
anti-anime opinions. I
Yeah.
think.
These
No,
are
it's
some
just
very
things that, like-
interesting facts you're spouting.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I also
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like that pretense.
I want to ask Doug. I really like Dragon Ball. Which Dragon Ball is your favorite Dragon Ball?
So that's a great question. In fairness to Dragon Ball Super, Super is still going.
Mm-hmm.
And Z is complete, right?
Yeah.
If I had to choose right now, it would still be Z, but I have a feeling that I'm going to feel Super is going to be better.
Yeah.
I have spoiled a few things for myself with Super, but nothing that I care to discuss.
When's Super coming back?
But the thing about Dragon Ball Z is it was a bit more serious,
Mhm.
and it was like a really big deal at the time, right? Like they had remade it with Kai, and
Yeah.
not that Kai is bad. I do prefer the original, and the original, I mean, it was it had a different tone than
Yeah.
Super, and I appreciated not only the art style of Z, but I did appreciate the tone of Z and the Z fighters and all of that. What I think Super has done a good job of, though, is advancing the series without destroying the past, like
Yeah.
some series will do to their characters. I think that Super enhances Dragon Ball Z, and it's getting to a point where I think it's going to start standing out on its own in a way that I think might exceed Z.
Yeah. So I personally really like Super myself. I don't think it's my favorite yet. Again, because what you said, it's not finished yet. It's hard to be like, oh, this is my favorite Dragon Ball. I think the fight scenes are so well done in Super.
Oh, the series. Like I said, the Super has definitely come very far and done a lot for the series. It is still going strong to this day, and it is older than you and I.
Yeah,
I
it's so old.
I'm worried. Me and you guys might know Voxus. Me and Voxus have talked about it, and I'm not sure that. I think that a lot of my love of Dragon Ball Z is carried from just watching it as a child.
Yeah,
Compared to a
nostalgia.
lot of other animes, it doesn't have like a lot of the story development that you'd like to see. Especially in Super. I loved, don't get me wrong, I love all of it. But I just don't, I can't compare it to like a lot of modern anime.
I
But it's
suppose
still like a
that
foundation. And
I
there's
think-
like definitely there's moments in Dragon Ball like Gohan versus Cell, or the sacrifice, that are just outstanding pieces. But then there's other stuff. It just the filler doesn't build up the tension enough. And I think it's unforgivable because I think we forget a lot of the filler power up. Like we always like meme about it, but like that was really bad. that was rough. Without like, could you imagine trying to watch Dragon Ball Z now without Kai? Just plain Dragon Ball Z. Be horrible.
I've done it about 3 times, and I can agree that the filler is a bit egregious. And I still appreciated at the time, though. You only had so many, back then we were younger. You only had for me, like you only had so much time to watch TV.
Yeah.
And it was nice to watch it in pieces. If you try to binge it nowadays, where we have such free access to just binge watch and stream an entire television series, where back then you had to tune in every week. And I mean, me and my friend group at the time, we were sitting in front of the TV on cue every night watching it. And it was nice because you had to wait a week between episodes, and a lot can happen in a week. And at the time, I think the pacing was longer than usual, but not so unforgiving as nowadays. We don't have to wait like we did before.
It's the change in anime construction going from, week to week to basically everyone has direct access to this. It's just the anime structure has changed significantly. It's just like the 24-26 episode format has changed to a 12-13 episode format as well, because everything needs to be done faster. The seasons are different. It's just modern anime it's hard to compare a modern anime to an older anime simply because the format is different. The way people watched it is different. And nowadays you get people that'll just binge watch an anime, whereas if you had to do that in the past, you had to buy the box set. Like, you weren't going to be able to binge watch an anime in 2012, whereas now I can probably go watch all the Dragon Ball Z on the internet somewhere. I don't know what site hosts it.
A site.
The filler in Dragon Ball Z, I agree, is pretty egregious. There's a lot of filler in it. It takes a while to get through its arcs, but I still think the overarching story to Dragon Ball, like going to Dragon Ball Z, you can see that power and that growth within the characters, and that's what I really like about Dragon Ball Z. Is I mean, everyone knows this. Piccolo in Dragon Ball is a villain.
Whoa,
He
whoa,
becomes-
whoa, whoa, whoa.
The anime's like 1989. I'm spoiling something for
He is not a villain. He's never been a villain.
Bro, I haven't got that far yet.
He was a villain in Dragon Ball, and you
I
see
swear I
him
was gonna
grow
watch it.
I
into
swear.
an ally of Goku in Dragon Ball Z, and I think that's really cool. I think how he grows is pretty interesting because he's still pretty antagonistic in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, if I remember correctly. And then he raises Gohan or whatever because man takes an orbital beam to his chest. And I just really love the growth that they're able to portray in Dragon Ball Z, which lets me forgive how egregious that filler is, especially because of how old the anime is as well.
I've never seen regular DBZ. I've only ever seen Kai, but all I can think of when you guys are saying this is it's like Naruto levels of garbage filler.
Oh, it's
Kinda,
terrible.
yeah.
That's the reason why I stopped
It's
watching it.
worse than Naruto.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like I didn't watch Naruto because I read Naruto until Shippuden, and then I watched the show and I was like, how do they make 400 episodes out of 28 mangas? And then I found out why, and I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Gotta look up a filler
I think,
list.
I mean, Shippuden's still just as bad, though. You can skip like 75% of that
Hey,
show, and you
hey, pain mattered. Okay, I stopped reading and watching it at all. I stopped during Shippuden, but pain mattered.
Pain was
Did he?
good. Pain was very good.
And then I heard
He's
it
also
dropped
the
off.
edgiest villain ever.
Yeah, and I was just turning like, I don't know, 16 when I stopped watching it, so it connected with me.
He had real pain in his soul, dude. It wasn't phase.
Or he just wanted to get black bars inserted to his body everywhere.
That's
True. Yeah, I was questioning that one. I don't mean to derail
And
it.
his name was Simple.
His name was Simple.
I think we're overlooking probably the best Dragon Ball
Don't talk
Z
about GT. Don't talk about GT. Don't talk about GT.
abridged.
Oh, true.
Abridged was a
Yeah.
masterpiece.
True.
Abridged
good.
is T4 Star abridged is
That's
fucking
good.
amazing.
That was
It
a
really,
good one.
it honestly like rekindled like. a
You're
lot
missing
of
out if you
people.
don't watch it.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
back in
abridged is
YouTube,
really good.
like early YouTube, like that shit was premium content.
Remember when YouTube you could do that
It
without
helped
getting
raise the platform.
slapped on the wrist?
Mhm.
Fucking Google, I swear to God. Yeah,
Oh.
okay. Well, I
Is it
mean,
my
that's
turn?
been
Yeah.
pretty good. Oh, good point. You haven't stated your. I legitimately completely forgot about you.
Plum, will you
I
be a
didn't.
fucking podcast host and move us along, please?
Hey,
Yeah.
but I'm ready. I am giving you things to talk about, so I can sit here and update my Mal.
He's updating his
I'm updating my mouth right now as well.
He's gonna get a couple shots of vodka too.
Oh, I've been drinking
Yeah,
an
I
old fashioned.
mine too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I put 2 sugar cubes, poured like 4 ounces, and I figured that would last me the night.
Sugar cubes.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Xander, can you please tell me your favorite anime and why is it Gurren Lagann, which is shit?
And
No-
why is it Gurren
To no one's
Lagann?
surprise, yes, my favorite anime of all time is Teppen Tengen Gurren Lagann.
Oh, we noticed the full title. Holy shit!
I love Teppen Tengen Gurren Lagann. It is a great anime. I have a Yoko action figure statue upstairs in my room. But you know, everybody here mentioned anime, and nobody mentioned an American animation. One of my favorites of all time, Archer. I love Archer.
Yeah, but it's not an anime.
I know,
Anime.
but no, you know, we don't want to talk. Nobody wants to talk about American animation.
No, 'cause
I'm the
it's
only one who
shit.
watches it.
We just
No,
got the
garbage.
garbage.
The Japanese draw things better than Americans.
At
It's
least
proven.
name like Ruby.
Xander, all I can
True.
tell you is good morning, USA.
I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
DMC.
What show is What show is that from again?
American Dad.
Dad.
The Cleveland
Light
show.
me, it's free use.
It's free use. Sing it all you want.
I don't wanna.
No.
Oh well, obviously.
Clearly.
All right, is this the part where we talk about the glory that Doug just went through?
Oh, we can talk about a lot of anime. I mean, it sounds like you really have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anime nerds together. I mean, we could go on and on.
I know.
And on.
As you counted, I could hear your digits extending.
No, I didn't do my digits. I was looking at the Discord icons. Sorry, this is too big for my numbers. You know, I can barely count to 3 as a warrior main in Final Fantasy.
Look at this. I killed it on this guest list.
Ooh, Final Fantasy. Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you playing Final Fantasy 14 tonight?
No, I have. I never. I'm only like. I'm like a little over 200 hours in. I haven't beat the story.
Yeah,
That sounds like
I
Final
really-
Fantasy 14.
Yeah. I have played. I have definitely played the fuck out of Final Fantasy 14.
Award-winning Final Fantasy 14.
Not an endgame yet. I'll get there one year.
With the expansion Heaven's Word for free?
And you could have gotten
It will
Endwalkers too if
only
you bought
take
it.
You, if you
This-
don't pay attention to any dialogue, 200 hours to get caught up.
This is true.
And by
This
caught up, I
podcast-
mean to get to
Sponsored
Endwalker.
by Square Enix.
Yeah, I'm just in Stormblood.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Okay.
That's the best
that's
one.
pretty good. That is one of the good
No,
ones.
no. I'm sorry.
Heaven's
I'm sorry.
Word is.
Heaven's Word is
No,
What's
not
the
Storm-
the
second
best
one?
one.
What's
Storm's
the
Blood
first
is
one
good.
with the dragons?
Heaven's Word was the dragons.
Yeah,
Heaven's
Heaven's
Word,
Word
yeah.
was the best one.
That's the best one. It's award-winning.
it's award-winning, critically acclaimed too.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that's known for any WoW people out there.
Yeah, when's the
Doug.
last time Blizzard was critically acclaimed for anything?
But sexual harassment, yeah.
They are
Sexual
critically
harassment.
acclaimed sexual harassers. They going for the triple-double of sexual harassment.
Hey, Ride's getting up there too. Don't cut him out.
Yeah, they're good. They're just good at copying what Blizzard does, so
True.
they make sense.
Drew.
They're
Oh,
gonna start hiring
God.
Imagine Dragons here soon.
Oh, thank you for reminding me
Because
about
that's
my
all
trope.
what Riot does.
See, Doug, when you said your favorite anime was Dragon Ball, right? I'm sorry, the anime set up for this. So Dragon Ball is your favorite anime. So I bet you dragging these nuts across your face is probably also your favorite anime.
These
Dude,
balls.
you even did it wrong.
That took
You
so
did it
long.
wrong.
It was a workaround. That was bad.
Dude, that shit was weak.
I
Sit
need you
down.
to start taking notes from Gazorp, who like slides that shit in from left field.
I'm
You
sorry.
didn't see it coming.
I'm sorry. I
Ryan,
can't
go
gaslight a
game
man
end
for
yourself.
6 years into thinking somebody can't talk when they're a mute. Okay, I can't do that. I'm not that good.
What?
Need to get
Oh, have
better.
you not heard the story, Drew?
Was this when you called Kayla fat?
I mean, that did happen, yes, but
This is recorded.
no. So when I joined the friend group, I was told never to tell Tristan that Kayla was a mute because
Why?
they gaslit
We
him.
trolled him for like
and-
3 years.
Yeah, into thinking that he just, no matter what happened, his Discord could not hear Kayla.
You guys are fucked.
Oh, that's so fucking
I
I
good.
can't
so
believe. Literally, I joined the friend group. That's the first thing they told me. I'm like, what?
It was important. It
was important. Don't fuck this up.
Spilling the beans, dude.
I could not understand that.
He almost he was like, all right, guys, I'm going to do a fresh install of Windows. And we were like, stop. It's not
brings
you.
a tear to my eye. It's funny as hell.
It's
He's like,
fantastic.
what do you mean?
I could.
It's like we've been trolling you for 3 years.
You've been in a coma for 3 years.
I knew Kayla was mute
Shit
because
was
she was,
based, would do
she
again.
was in Resports with us.
Yeah, yeah. It
Forever
wasn't
ago.
uncommon knowledge. No, Drew. Yeah.
Yeah. That was like, I don't know. That'd be like 2014, 2015. That was early.
No. I didn't meet these fuckers till like 2016. Alex, we're having our
2016. It
anniversary,
was like end of high school.
September, and it's like our 7th.
I don't know. When did Destiny 2 come out?
September something 2017.
Anytime anybody asks me, how long have you known Ryan? I'm like, I don't know. When did Destiny 2 come out? They Google it real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mean to sidetrack this with inside jokes. Sorry.
That's what this is sidetracking.
You're just like making me really excited because you just keep listing like some of my favorite fucking games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Destiny was great until Bungie ruined it. We can go on a tangent.
Yeah.
You want to go on a tangent? I've played 1,500 hours of that game. I raid leaded for 6 goddamn years straight because I got thrown into it, even though I didn't want it. I got the management skills of a god that fucking rope 20 people into saying, "Hey, you're going to be here tonight," and then all of them but 6 people show up because I know exactly who's going to flake.
Dude, I raid leaded a
hate
group
people.
of IRL friends
Oh, that's
who
terrible.
have never heard of a dungeon mechanic. They've never like played PC games. They've barely played games. Like they played COD.
Oh, that's
and
a piece of
I
game.
like tried to bring them through Destiny 2 raid, which it wasn't like it was the first one.
See-
right after it came out, and it was not that hard. It was really easy mechanics, and
Oh, yeah.
it was impossible.
Oh, really? I was gonna say, well, they know how to aim, so it should be okay. Because literally towards the
They
end,
did. Nope.
towards the end of my under my career, it was really people that didn't know how to aim, and I was like, I don't understand how you've gotten this far. It's something.
How are you gonna play an FPS that's really easy to shoot in and miss?
It's one of the best feeling games out there in terms of
It's
gun
movement.
mechanic.
Like movement shooters. I
Yeah.
love movement shooters like
Like,
that. That's so
I'm
good.
super bad at FPSs. I can shoot things in Destiny 2.
'Cause
They
it
have a
actually
big
feels
bar
good.
over them that tells you where they are.
Far
Even
over them. Yeah. No, raid leading in that game. I remember the first time. I've cleared Leviathan probably like 60, 80 times. And it was my most played run. And so when they took it out, I was pissed because I got it down with my group of people down to like 40 minutes. I was so happy. It's like, finally, we can just chill and just enjoy a night of raiding. I love it. But the first time I did it, took over 16 hours, I want to say. Because I switched groups on the final room, and the final people could not understand mechanics. And I was like, I don't understand the human race anymore. Something's
Oh.
wrong.
it's kind of like that Vault of Glass run you did recently.
Don't even get me.
You guys
Thankfully,
made it
none
to
of
the
those
last
people-
boss wiped like 90 times.
Vault of Glass. I don't think I got that far in Vault of Glass. I only did like the first room.
I could have swore you guys got to the end of Vault of Glass.
Did we?
You fought Giant Death Robot.
Maybe we did. I don't know. Raiding with the recent group of people has not been enjoyable because I was already done with Destiny at that point, and I was like, just stop asking me to raid lead, okay? I don't know anything about these new ones, and I care not.
I'm a certified Vault of Glass lover.
Last Wish are so good. I remember soloing the first boss. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, you could. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you can
Yep.
solo
I remember
boss.
Me and Alex used to duo it a lot, and then so I eventually got curious about if I could solo it, and you just have to do a fuck ton of damage. And then they patched, and by patch I mean nerfed the fuck out of Golden Gun, and I was like, God damn you all.
Good, it needed it.
Fuck you! I was top of the scoreboard
Wait, Golden Gun- Drang?
past nerf. Huh? Golden Gun. You know the Slush Nighthawk?
No, I don't remember that one.
It's a hunter exotic
turns
with
your-
a helmet. It turns my
6-shot or 3-shot.
or
into
3-shot,
one
which you have to
Oh,
do
yeah,
into a
yeah,
1-shot.
yeah.
Yeah. Best DPS. Just press button, shoot, and go on with your life.
Now you just use Galahorn instead.
Well, no, you had to use Blade Barrage because that was technically better of it. And then I decided not to switch, and I was like, I'm done. People are still less than me in DPS. I don't understand you. Get me out, please. Get me out. And so then I
Yeah,
left.
I was always at the bottom because I was in charge of, hey, can you give us all of the attack buffs?
Yeah, true. Then you have Xander over your
I
screaming
maxed my
power
defense,
great fucking skull.
so
or
I
whatever
wouldn't
the hell.
have to use my attack.
I just play Solar Lock.
There you go. Yeah, Alex loves Solar Lock. Remind him of D1.
It's so fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, luck was great. I had every exotic that you needed for that class.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that we've bored everyone with shitty Bungie talk,
You ready for that critically acclaimed anime to come out? That time I reincarnated as a vending machine.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
so hyped.
I'm,
I just want to watch like the first 2 episodes. I'm so morbidly curious.
I'm
same.
not gonna watch it. I don't think. Like, it's funny, sure. I love isekais; they're my favorite
Yeah.
genre. I just think it's too.
Too what?
stupid.
You're
Concept's
telling
so
me
dumb.
a vending machine walking through a dungeon is too
I
stupid?
I was willing to watch the sword one.
Which sword one? The
You
hero.
didn't like that?
Reincarnated
I
as a
haven't
sword. I was willing to
Oh.
watch
You didn't
it.
like that?
That
I
was a
like-
good one. I like that one.
I was willing to watch it because it's a sword one, and that was okay. The guy's a sword, sure, whatever, cool. Slime one. I didn't like the slime one, honestly.
Oh, fuck off.
I didn't
that's
like the
insane.
slime one.
It's getting
I-
hostile on the podcast.
I didn't
Not
like
really. I'm never hostile.
Always hostile.
I can explain the
guns.
reasoning behind it. It undermines its own concept within the first 10 episodes.
Whoa. How
He
so?
goes
No,
from a
yep.
slime to a person. It's like, why didn't he stay a slime? Does he have to evolve into a person to become strong? What's the point of him starting as a slime if he can just change into a person? There
Yes,
isn't
you haven't
one.
played.
That's
one.
the reason I didn't like it. Is it almost immediately decides that was a cool, quirky concept. Let's go to a normal isekai now.
It was a spoiler alert. It was to sell figurines.
Oh, really?
Like that.
There's always.
Oh,
That's-
I mean,
that
that
makes
makes sense. It
That
makes
I'm
is
sorry.
the-
Wait, how much easier is it to make a cigarette figurine?
Figurine.
Come on, you can make it through.
Figurine of a slime with 2 dots and a little mouth. That's so
Well,
easy. The profits would be through the roof.
People wouldn't want it.
It's
People
not
would want it.
difficulty
Don't fucking
issue.
lie.
It's there's already a lot of factories for shit like Nindroid, and they all have their kind of base model. So it's easier to go off of a factory that has that compared to one that has to make a brand new mold or however. They
Brand
do it.
new mold.
Inject
You
the
could
mold or not.
literally use industrial waste like they do with stuffing on fucking animals, stuffed animals, not actual animals.
Or you can have
But
a factory print out like 800 blanks and you just paint them.
But yeah, that's my big issue. If you name an isekai, I'll have an issue with it when it decides that its unique concept shouldn't be unique anymore.
What about Spider?
Oh, that was funny. That was such a
Spider-
train wreck.
I just don't think that isekai was good. I think its concept's fine. It's an okay anime. It's just it wasn't a well-made anime.
Yeah, it was interesting, but like it just kind of its whole shtick was like, oh, let's go back and forth in time. Like, oh, that was actually before, not after.
It took me a second.
the-
That was my only issue with it. Is it
Yeah.
was like, huh?
I want to watch that. I'll just go watch a race.
Like,
We'll go back and forth in time.
True.
We got a Mushoku Tensei. That is back.
Yeah,
So that's
I'm not-
that's hype.
That one's not bad. I still don't like the main protagonist, but that's just me.
They started that character out weird, but I mean they've been using that shut in. There's a word for it. I don't know.
Hikikomori.
Yeah, Hikikomori.
They've been using that a lot more in
Yeah.
isekais. I've been noticing.
Well, it's because it's kind of
fine,
common
it's a
in
little weird.
Japan.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is one of the first reincarnated animes.
That's
So
true.
it's going to be very basic. I think they needed to make it a lot earlier because that one is very bland to me. It's a good anime. A lot of people like it. I just think it doesn't have anything to make it stand out as unique, really.
Yeah, I
So-
think it's gonna fall flat probably in the season.
And
But
there's
it
too many
was
bangers,
one of the originals. But like
Yeah, it's
recently
one
we
of
had
the-
like Overlord.
Yeah,
which was
Overlord.
insane.
Which is bad.
What you didn't know? That's fine.
This man's an Overlord hater.
You see, I have to actively go against. See, one thing, Gurren Lagann actually sucks, but like
Wow.
Overlord and stuff like that, I'm just not a huge fan of them. So I'll just anytime that I'm just like kind of
No
mid, for me it's
knows
mid.
a good anime,
I will
apparently.
just gaslit them to thinking I hate it to the point where some of them are like, "Do you really hate this?" I'm like, "No, I think it's okay. It's your favorite, so I just gotta make sure it's bad."
However, he starts talking about these fictional ass.
Oh
shows
my
like
God.
Angel Beats and trying to make
unreal.
it that Angel Beats is real.
Whatever a laid back camp is, I don't even know if that's real.
What's
I know,
wrong with you
right?
people?
Maybe you should go outside and camp. Go touch grass.
I don't even know I spent my childhood doing that, and then it became 100 degrees outside, which we'll get into later in this podcast.
God, it's so.
I assume everyone in this podcast has not touched grass in a very long time.
I touch
I
grass.
literally did
touched
it this weekend.
What is wrong with you?
I went downtown today.
I have a yard to maintain. Is what's wrong with me.
Fuck that.
I wish I did it. I wish I did it.
I wish I didn't.
I have a specific period of time directly after work and directly before my next shift, which I need to get to as quickly as possible.
Is that where you touch grass?
I was to say, where's this going?
That's my desk in front of my computer playing games and watching anime.
Oh, that's the opposite
Love
of
it.
Just
grass.
put grass in your office.
You know what? Just get a
There's no grass where I work because I literally dig up dirt for a living as the construction manager. So
Installed turf, I guess.
And say install turf. Yeah, make a golf. Stop what you're doing, right? Okay. Now think about what you're doing. Make a golf course instead. There you go. Touching grass every day.
golf courses are an absolute waste.
They provide nothing.
And an absolute
They
nightmare.
provide entertainment and jobs.
No.
You know how much water it takes to maintain a golf course? It's so bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
come
well
on,
aware.
Mr. Environmentalist.
Yeah. But I like golf. I'm not saying you can do it. Hey, you can play golf in a brown course. Done it most of my life. Okay, I don't live in a rich neighborhood. The golf course there, easy money.
Golf course is. They're just so fucking expensive. You know how expensive it is to become a member of one of those fucking places? At least
20,
over here.
20 bucks. You pay 20 bucks,
Oh,
you,
God.
you get to go on the course. You do that once maybe once, twice, 3 times a year. Bada bing, bada boom. Golden.
Becoming a member.
Yeah, who the fuck would do that? Why would you do that?
Member. You know how much that shit costs?
Like 180 bucks typically.
Some places near me, it's like fucking 10 grand. What do you mean?
Yeah, because you live in the golf world of the fucking
Is
populace.
this man trying to join a country club?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Listen here, I can go up to fucking Lake Oswego and fucking join the country club for like
Yeah.
16 million.
The other half of that lake, whatever, that was 100% a fake word that you just put.
Oswego? It is not.
Yeah, it's Lake Oswego.
Just sounds like bad cheese.
It's basically it's where all of the rich people get away from the homeless in Portland.
I've tried landing jobs up there. They never get back to me. It's very upsetting.
Yeah, it's because you don't make enough income already, right? They're like, this guy's net worth is less than 7 digits.
My net worth is technically negative. Let's go.
Yeah, they just credit check you without your consent. They're like, yeah, this guy sucks.
I have a good credit.
Fuck credit scores.
Yeah, tell me about it. Fuck my DMV. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, DMV, for linking my information.
Yeah, right. Fucking hell. Stupid ass.
What do you guys all do for work?
I am a hikikomori, essentially, right now, looking for work.
That's hot.
But ultimately, I'm an environmental scientist. Or environmental advocate, whichever one you want to decide on. But I've done
he's
both.
Trying to get hit by a truck and reincarnated into the world as an environmental
A
scientist.
truck coon? Dude.
Can I
gonna
just
find truck coons sitting at your desk?
Listen here. All right, if I could be hit by a Freightliner gas truck, get reincarnated as a fucking Cascadia EV, I'll take it. Sure, none of you understand what I'm talking about.
But to continue, I do IT primarily for old people.
And by IT, he means setting up printers.
Yeah.
It's
But then
It's
and then
not
a couple
IT.
times a week, I do genuine IT work.
how does no one know how to set up a printer?
Ethan Price.
I also get paid way too much money to do what I do.
More than I'll ever see in my life.
These old people, man. What is 2 seconds to me? They're like, oh, you just saved me a week of trying to figure this out. And then they also tip you.
They also tip you?
They're
Yeah,
like,
it's
my
nuts.
printer works now. Here's $20, young lad.
Not
Oh,
joking.
dude.
Not joking. It's that. It's
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then
That's
I
messed
get
up.
I gotta
That
be
would
on
make
the
you feel dirty.
I gotta be on the fucking phone. Well, he works in a rich neighborhood, I should say. So
Yes.
I wouldn't feel bad about either. I would gladly Robin Hood that area.
Oh,
Oh, I
100%.
thought I was picturing you like robbing social security checks, dude.
No. So, the city I work in, that's all really old houses, but it's also like on the water. So there's a bunch of filthy rich people on the water, and that entire area is just like, I have stupid money. So like, I'll help these old people who get locked out of their bank accounts. I get them signed back in after calling their bank and all this stuff. And like, there's like 18 mil in there. I'm like, yeah, you're getting charged the full amount. It's only $100 an hour, so it's like a drop in the bucket. These people say also go, oh, here's a $50 tip. You did so great. And that's my job.
Thanks for pressing the power button on my PC.
I'm not even joking. Sometimes that's what it is.
Yeah, I know. My absolute favorite one is I tried to get my grandkids to help, but they wouldn't answer the phone.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so sad.
Isn't it? Rough.
And then I'm like, well, when your grandkids don't answer again, I'll be here. Don't worry.
Yeah, those grandkids are just
I'll
like,
be your
"Fix the
grandkids
bucket,
for
old
you."
woman.
No joke. I get
Maybe my
offered to
internet
move in
connection
all the
is
time.
too slow.
Surely it
offered-
has something to do with technology and not the fact that I beat them.
Or another good thing that happens is insert any news headline about technology. Like recently, it's been AI. My favorite's going to these old people's houses, setting up their stuff, and then just hearing them random. So, what do you think about AI? I'm like, oh god, this conversation again.
Good old
Alex,
AI
you're informed of the
conversations, but they
subject.
don't
You have to be
understand.
better.
Trust me, I'm informed on the subject.
I
Even if I
maintain-
didn't try to be, these old people ask me all the time. I'd have to be.
AI is a really good tool that shouldn't replace anyone, and that is my opinion on it.
I agree.
That's a good way to put it. Shouldn't is
It-
a great optimism.
It's definitely. I don't think it'll be advanced enough to be like, oh, I can program this program with this programmed program.
So I mean,
Yeah.
like right now, it's just
I
that
don't know
like
about it.
autocomplete status.
Yeah, it's just it
But
automatically completes
It's,
things.
I mean, the leaps that we've just recently
I-
seen are.
I
insane.
don't think that without human intervention, AI is going to be good enough at its job. But That's just my take.
Meanwhile,
on
I've seen things like Alteryx, which is pretty much just advanced or basic ass AI, which is already
Yeah.
pretty much there, but it literally just needs a human to say, yeah, do this.
it. Yeah.
Well, the issue is like with the big technological advancements, you make something that makes the next thing you make quicker to do.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
cuts out
Yeah.
all the fat. So then you hit this point where it's like an exponential graph
Mhm.
where technology starts to like slope up, and then before you know it, it's fucking skyrocketed in the next century.
A graph.
Yeah, I kind of like to think about circuitry and circuit boards, right? So basically, every circuit gets smaller and smaller as we advance, and so do chips and whatnot that you put onto these boards.
That's true. Potato chips have never been smaller.
They're getting smaller and smaller. That's why we can have small phones. For some reason, big phones are becoming popular again. I don't know why, but eventually we'll reach a point where the chips are going to be like almost microscopic, basically, where you can input them onto your board. A lot of people would say motherboard, but this is any circuitry you can put into anything. Where we'll reach a limit eventually, I don't know when, where it can't really get any smaller. Because it'll basically how it's worked is we're making them smaller without losing processing power. There's eventually going to reach a point where we'll lose processing power to make them smaller and fit better.
Wasn't it just like 2 or 3 years ago where we almost hit that point, but then there was a major breakthrough?
Yeah, major breakthrough.
Yeah. Which really
Well,
prevented
I mean,
that.
we kind of have to hope that keeps happening.
I mean, that's the biggest
But I
thing.
mean,
Like,
this-
a great example is that with any, like, unsustainable fuel, right? I mean, they'll keep going with it until you realize, oh, we just found a pocket of 100 more years. And it's like, great. Or you can make a switch.
You mean what Finland just did?
Yeah, was it Finland? I thought it was Norway.
It was one of those three.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they find again? What was the resource?
Phosphate. A phosphate
Gotcha,
thingy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something for
Which
batteries.
is like,
and-
great.
More mine.
Great
More
segue into
mines.
our next sponsor. What are you fucking lying?
Raid Shadow Legends.
I'd like to leave the podcast.
Disclaimer, we're not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I would, one, never do that unless the money was like a lucrative amount, then maybe I would. And two, again, no one watches this.
Exactly. We're sponsored by NordVPN.
Now, I use NordVPN in my day-to-day life when I don't want my DMV losing my information and giving it to the bad guys.
Or if I live in Virginia, you know.
Jesus. Don't worry, we still got Haname for that, so, you know.
Anime.
Let's
Alright,
see,
who's
so
next
who all
on
did we
the
talk about?
work?
Yeah, work. That was the topic this came from.
Oh yeah,
Who wants to go?
I work for the automotive industry.
Oh, there you go.
Mhm.
I troubleshoot like engineering rollouts for like or a lot of GM vehicles.
Oh, GM. Oh.
Mm-hmm. I live in Michigan, so
Oh.
big three automotive and like big three is like really big here.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
What a
What a
coincidence.
coincidence.
It's-
Fellow Michigander.
Yeah, funny fact. I built Detroit Factory Zero.
Nice.
So you deal with troubleshooting. So if I had a problem with like putting a brake on let's say a truck, right? I know you don't have anything to do with the truck industry, I'm guessing. And you take an Allen wrench on the line that takes about 30 seconds to fucking screw on because the gap is about, I don't know, maybe
Oh no, I
half
can't
a
stop
thumbs.
them from like it's. There's a lot that goes into those decisions, but most of the stuff
Mostly it's
is just like
engineers.
data entry errors. Is
Oh,
what I'm looking
really?
for.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, cool.
Which
That also
is
helps.
just rampant.
That also
It's
helps.
just
though.
like cars are basically strings of RPO codes.
Yep,
That's
yep,
how
yep,
like
yep,
we yeah, and there's just like engineering changes that happen, and engineers just put transpose a couple digits, and all of a sudden, no one can figure out why the 2023 like SUVs can't roll down their left window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It fucking sucks. I built trucks for like 6 months or 3 months, and it was
Just
just
a tooling issue,
terrible.
basically.
It fucking sucked. I was like, who do I have to yell at? Somebody
I
needs to
did
get yelled at.
something similar to your job. for my internship, I interned at Furcia. I was in charge of their bills of materials. So the process, I'm assuming that happens right before yours, is the one where they basically say, hey, we got to change this plastic out with this one. Can you update the bill of materials before we push it through? That was the worst work I've ever had to do at a desk because it's so boring.
Like I've recently, like just today, was dealing with Faurecia, and which is now Forvia, and like their BOM issues. It's it's fun.
PTSD
Fun in air
intensifies.
quotes. Yeah, I know.
Like very recently, actually found the engineers do a mock-up 3D model, and for some reason that the one that got pushed, the 3D model that got pushed forward into production, was just like a mock-up of them like testing fans. It didn't actually. It was a fan housing for like heated seats. It didn't include the fan. So it's just the like.
That's funny.
And that rolled out. Those were built.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Classic.
But that's kind of the kind of stuff I find. It's fun. I get to play like investigator a lot.
This
is how recalls are made.
This is how recalls
Yeah, we don't.
are made.
We don't recall.
We don't.
We just pretend it doesn't happen.
Airbag problem?
Like-
we don't recall.
No, we don't recall. It's nothing's ever a recall.
Nothing's ever a
It's
problem.
always something else. No, like we fix stuff. Don't get me wrong. We just don't call it a recall.
Mhm.
But it's like it's just normal common
That's
stuff.
fun,
Obviously,
fun.
if it's a serious safety concern, like if it's a fan, like your seat's not heating, or you're like one of your windows isn't rolling down, like it's not a big deal.
No.
It is what it is. But like if your brakes are like we forget like to put like one of the brake pads on, that's an issue, and then we would do recalls.
That concerns
Yeah.
me that that's happened in the past. I
When-
feel like that's
when
happened in the past.
I was
Mm.
15. I dated this girl, and she bought, I think it was an old Chevy, right?
Okay.
And she got a call later and was like, hey, you need to bring that in. If the airbag ever goes off, there's going to be shrapnel shooting out of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's just crazy. So
How
Yeah.
unfortunate would that have been if it went off on her way back?
yeah, that would have been awful.
Yeah. There can be some like engineers like little mistakes can be really devastating.
They could have made it so much worse. Like, imagine if she got the call and it was like, hey, you need to bring that car back right now. If that airbag goes off, you'll fucking die.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Die.
Imagine white knuckling that steering wheel all the way there. Oh, God, no.
Yeah. I'm fighting whoever sold me
I'm
this
just gonna tow
car.
it at that point if it's life or death. $200 versus your life seems to make a lot of sense.
True, true.
I mean,
I don't know,
does
I put my
it?
life on the line for $200.
Yeah, I mean, $200 gets you a lot of things, right? At this point, like 2 SSDs. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a
That's
brand
4
new.
terabytes of NVMe right there.
Yeah.
That's a brand new case fan.
You know how long I could live on $200? Like 2 weeks.
True.
It's like
If
2
you're
weeks worth of
spending-
groceries.
If you're spending
Groceries?
$200
Wait, dude, you're
on
not
one
eating enough
case
ramen.
fan,
Not even enough.
Yeah, I'm spending $200 on a case fan. It's gonna
One-
be big.
Jesus.
I'm gonna use a fucking
Get
car
one of those
radiator.
air movers.
My case is going to be a fan.
Water cooler? No. Radiator cooler.
That's what a water cooler has on it.
Yeah, exactly, but
I'll-
bigger. Car engine. Take one from a fucking Hemi.
I'll
Woo,
use
Nelly, that thing would stay
Plutonium on my case
pure
to
cool.
try and make it cool faster.
plutonium. Oh no.
Liquid nitrogen cooled.
No,
Yeah.
thank
Are
you.
you guys shaved? Huh?
Shaved?
Quick question. Are you shaved?
I mean, we haven't gotten on
Beard.
the line about what to work, but no, I have you want to know how I look? Where's the photo? Where's the pirate?
No.
I'm
Your processor. Have you delidded your processor?
What? No.
What?
Delidded your processor?
Oh, delidded. No, God, no.
Yes.
No. God, I haven't heard that in
Sounds like a good
years.
idea. What could
Yeah, I
go
thought you
wrong?
said deleted. I'm like, what?
I heard.
Have you deleted your processor yet?
Have you removed
Deleted
your
system
brain?
since 32.
Have you
No,
deleted this
I don't
thing?
overclock my CPU.
I'd still need to. I need to sit down with Sander and just clock
yeah,
it
I'm
at
just-
4.0.
My CPU is fine how it is, so if
Mine's
it ever
unturbo boost.
becomes an issue, I'll overclock it, but it
Yeah.
runs everything just fine. My bottleneck's my GPU.
Same. Yeah, I bought the top of the line CPU like this
Hey,
year.
these
Yeah.
people lighting these
So.
fireworks off.
Imagine it's legal in this state.
Bark, bark, bark.
It's not illegal here.
Well, I don't know. Get better laws.
We had fireworks going off on yesterday, Ryan.
I'm well aware it's illegal.
It doesn't matter if it's illegal. People still do it. They burned down half our forest.
Yeah,
I'm still
for a
mad about
gender
that. That was
reveal.
like 7 years ago.
Yeah, it happened twice.
Yeah, it did
Fucking
happen.
morons. Grumble, fucking grumble. But anyway, I want to use the restroom. But to continue on this podcast about what we do for work, which is the most exciting things for our viewers, I'm sure. Doug can talk about what he does. I'll be right back, though.
So I am I have a degree in construction management, and I do a lot of construction for a automotive construction company. And I work a lot with the big three, and I build car plants and
Okay.
hospitals, and I've done some Tim Hortons, some churches, parking decks. Yeah, and I'm currently doing the biggest project in my career right now, and I love what I do, and I look forward to doing it every day.
That's fucking awesome.
What's the shortest project you've worked on?
Tim Hortons, $1 million,
Okay.
90 days.
Jesus,
Okay.
that's how much one Tim Hortons costs?
That was not including the equipment that they fill it with, but the building shell and everything that you need to get that. Yeah.
Jesus.
Is it a lot of just factories and retail fronts, or do you do like warehouses and stuff too?
Warehouses, yes. Factories, yes. We do all kinds of good stuff with like mission critical, so like data centers and stuff like that. If it's big, we do it. We
Airplane
are
hangars?
we are like, I want to say, in the top 50 companies in the U.S. For what we do.
Okay.
And we're number one for automotive. We're
Mm-hmm.
we're the guy.
Lots of moving around.
For some, for me, this is my first time traveling with them, and it's been a great experience.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because if you're building a lot of stuff, I mean, they're probably going to send you elsewhere, right? That was my assumption. That's pretty cool.
Is it just US, Doug?
No, it's not. We do a lot of work in the North American region, occasionally in the South American region, and we do stuff in the Middle East as well.
Okay.
Bang.
Big oil out
That's
here.
Really cool.
Doug's Mr. Worldwide. Love to hear it.
Well,
Not yet.
this conversation ends right here with me. I don't do anything.
He's worse than me. He
He's
doesn't even
waiting for
volunteer.
Truck dude.
Actually, Xander is
True.
human resources for my personal Discord,
Yeah.
and he's done a great job. I've never had any complaints, and
That's a lie.
anyone that does complain, they don't come to me, so he must take good care of it.
I take very good care of it. The only one who's complained is Clone, but we file his with the Ellie complaint department, and I don't know where the letters go. Steve deals with them.
Same. I put
I
in
didn't hear
a
that.
suggestion into the box, and I completely did not realize it gives another channel.
Yeah, it
So
does.
I just ignored it because I didn't know it gave another channel.
You want a bitch? Here's another channel.
Yeah.
Someone will
It's
see
under
it
the
and promptly
completed
ignore it.
tickets tab.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I, for work, I used to do a lot of programming for a big investment casting company. They had a fully autonomous wax unit. I don't know if anyone here knows what investment casting is, but basically you get a wax mold, you coat it in something, and then you burn out that wax, and then you pour metal into the coat that you just have around it, and it'll make the
Oh.
part how that wax mold was.
That's actually a lot
And-
better than oil and sand, like the good old days.
I mean, there's like die casting too, which is what you're referring to,
Yeah.
where it's oil and sand. They just push the metal into a mold. They don't do any of the prior stuff.
Mhm.
It's a lot faster, but you get a lot more defects in the metal.
Yep.
So their wax department has a robot that automatically assembles their parts for them, and they brought me in to work and help program this robot. The guy who worked on it before me, good guy, nice guy. I hope wherever he went, he permanently is bit by mosquitoes. That guy fucking can't program.
Wow, it had such a
it's-
minor inconvenience that you've plagued upon that man.
Yeah, it's like literally this guy. He coded in C++, which isn't a complex language by any means. I think most people can learn C++ if they have the time. It's just every code is its own spaghetti line, basically. It's so long and convoluted and useless. This guy probably put in 40,000 lines of code when he needed like 1,000 lines of code.
Jesus, that's crazy.
That's fine.
This is fine. Insert dog on
It's
fire.
just, yeah, it was pretty bad. But yeah, that's what I used to do. I've since gone back to school to get a degree because people don't believe I can code when I apply to them for a job.
Don't worry, once you get a degree, it doesn't get better, let me tell you what. But
I'm
continue.
hoping once I get my degree to at least, because I can show them I can code. I can code in Python, kind of in Java, and I can code in any of the C's.
What about R? Can you code in R?
And I can code in COBOL. You want COBOL?
No.
But yeah, I'm back in school right now. I'm working part-time, basically. And yeah, that's what I'm doing.
There you go.
Are you wearing underwear?
No.
Every day of my life.
What patterns on them?
What is this
little cows.
conversation? What is it, a MeUndies fucking underwear? What the hell?
The little cows.
Because this is brought to you by our next sponsor, Hanes Boxers.
I love Hanes boxers. They fit me so tight and snuggly. Buy yours
They wick
today at your
all of the
local
Hanes
sweat
legal
out.
team just reached out to us with a cease and desist letter. It's the fastest one I've ever seen. So we're going to go ahead and say disregard. We are not associated with Hanes.
Doug, you have access to the email for the podcast?
I just hacked in using our guest's coding skills.
I believe that because you aren't using NordVPN, he was able to get into your email. This episode's sponsored by NordVPN.
Yeah, you guys suck.
Jeez.
God, you guys can't segue. Come on.
God,
Can't
that was
segue.
easy.
Listen here, I didn't get this canvassing job for nothing. I declined it. Fuck canvassing. In 100-degree weather, you can go suck my dick.
Well, like with
That's fucked.
painters, bro? Canvassing?
No, canvassing for like
Like-
money,
Yeah.
for like donations.
Like a painting?
For
It's
like-
like when you are on the side of the street with a can that says "Please help," but you go house to house.
But you need to say vest on it, so it's canvassing.
God, it's
It's like begging, but like
it's
you pretend
advanced
it's fancy.
begging.
But with a
It's
script and you get
begging
paid
for a
for it.
company.
Well, no, to be
Advanced
fair, for this it was an
begging.
organization because it was for environmental, and they told me 16 an hour, which is barely, that's not even really livable wage where I live. Plus commission, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't do commission. Fuck commission, give me salary.
Salary is really nice.
I'll take 6 days off in a row, and no one will bat an eye.
I mean, they'll talk.
They will talk to you. You will get a talking to if you're off 6 days in a row without telling anyone.
What? Tell them that's crazy. You do
I
that
mean,
an
they-
hourly
That's not
job,
that
they'll
long,
fire
Does he
you.
even work here?
If the job's being done, they wouldn't care.
No.
So
Or
what
you can
do
be
is
like
you
my
automate all of your
parents.
tasks.
So
And
yeah,
work
I could
60
just
hours a
sublet
week
my
for almost 100.
responsibilities to someone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug, you hire me on the side, I'll make your job smooth. I won't
It's
do it
literally my
right,
job.
but
I'm a
smooth.
contractor.
Yeah, I'll make your job run smooth. You got a robot, I'll program it.
You don't got a robot? I'll program a robot.
I'll
Yeah,
program a robot to program your robot.
Yeah, you don't want a robot? Well, I got a robot for you. You already bought it.
You have no
On
idea.
your credit card.
I had to program a robot to buy the robot.
Yeah, I
But it's
programmed it, and it says here in the contract no one signed that you have already purchased said robot.
The robot signed it for you.
Yeah, robot signed it for you.
On your behalf.
Yeah, my signature forging robot signed this with your signature, so you're welcome. How long until that's a thing?
Not too much longer, I don't think.
I mean, no. Who's relying on signatures as a steadfast security measure at this point?
Mortgages?
That's just not happening. That's no.
I don't think you should have ever relied on a signature as a steadfast.
No. I mean, technically the Japanese do, right? With their stupid stamp.
Oh, their stamp. They go so hard with those stamps.
Makes no sense. Granted,
They're
the paper
so
trail over
serious
there is
about it.
nuts. Well, I never want to fucking ever go there. Seems like a hassle.
You want to go to Japan?
It seems beautiful, but the amount of fucking legwork you have to do to get in there, annoying.
It wasn't that much.
Well, okay.
Just come to Michigan, same climate.
Yeah.
I also
Worst
hear
people.
cicadas all the time in the summer.
Yeah, cicadas. No.
Worse
thank you.
water.
I mean,
You said
who
what?
needs water? I got cherry trees in
Where's
water
water?
2 feet away from me at all times.
It's different water. Ours is fresh. Theirs is salt.
Yours is filled with invasive mussels. Okay, don't even get me started.
Hey, zebra
Are you
mussels
talking
need water
shit?
too.
God, I wish mussels would invade me, but just bulk me up.
I'm trying to drink here. Jesus Christ. Oh. Ugh.
You try to bulk up, Drew?
Yeah, I need to get stronger, faster, and smarter. Right
If
now,
you
I'm
want-
just fast.
You can come over here. I got a personal, little gym. You're
Yeah,
more
but
than
you're
welcome
like
to use
at
it.
least 10 minutes away.
And more like 15, depending
There's
on how
probably a
sunny side is.
Planet Fitness somewhere between him and you.
No,
There is.
no, there isn't. Is there? I know there's a
one,
24-hour.
right up the street. Yeah, I guess it's 24-hour fitness, isn't it?
There's a Planet Fitness near me, which they suck because I asked them how to pay, and they're like, you connect your bank account. I'm like, what about not? I'm like, well, then you don't. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
It's because they want you to forget you're subscribed to
I
their
know.
gym.
I was like, no, thank you. I'll just keep on doing it. I'll just keep walking and doing my bench press at
Yeah,
home.
doing it at home.
Which leads me to the next sponsor, Factor Meals. Heard you want to slim down during the summer. Imagine I have a
Sponsors
podcast.
do we have?
Imagine a podcast having this many sponsors.
Just have it interrupt your sponsor segment with
With
another sponsor.
If you like that last sponsor, we're also sponsored by Gamer Subs.
Oh, speaking of,
I just bought the new mat.
I bought the newest cup. It's fantastic.
Madeline stole my.
I wonder. Brian, do you know what Gamer Subs is? I assume you do, as being a gamer
Yeah.
and an anime nerd. How many cups do you own?
0.
Wow, I would suggest them. They're
Wow,
some top
What are you
tier.
doing here?
What do you-
No.
Please escort him out, Xander.
See him out.
I don't know any cups.
Well, no, because you don't.
Xander, please escort yourself out.
Drew, do you want any cups? I got a couple if you want them.
Oh
Okay,
wow!
yeah.
Yeah. Now, that's a sponsor I would take.
Wait, aren't gamer subs just pretty much pre-workout?
Pretty much.
That's the same. I use it as pre-workout. That's literally. I use. I don't buy Gamer Subs caffeine, but I use G Fuel as my pre-game workout just because it does something to me unlike caffeine or coffee rather.
Yeah, I don't see that being helpful.
No.
I don't see how that would be.
I mean,
helpful
unless you
in the
plan on working out, it's probably not going to be too
future.
too
Yeah.
good for you.
But the cups look great. Cups are
The
great.
cups are cool.
But the
That's
cups
the
are
big
great.
reason
That's
to
good.
get them. Is the
That's
cups
what
are
matters.
actually really, really well made.
I won't call. Well, it's pretty good quality. My only issue with it is it
It's
doesn't
good quality.
fit as snugly as I'd like it to, but that's understandable. Because normal people have to take it out, and I'm not normal.
Mhm.
One can almost call me special, but no,
Take a
nothing.
shot.
I was hoping everyone would just let the silence just hang there for a minute.
Yeah, I
We're
was,
gonna-
I was
we're gonna
hoping
play-
Ryan would feel more and more awkward.
We need to edit this one with a disclaimer at the front where we're going to start a drinking game for any time Clone touches the border of what's too far for YouTube, take a shot. I think we're probably about 4 in.
Yeah, I guess I can
Otherwise-
just drink some of this whipped vodka next to me.
Do you really have whipped vodka next to you?
It's whipped cream vodka. It's
Disgusting.
actually really
Who
good.
bought that? You were Rin.
My grandma, actually.
Wh-
My grandma bought it because she bought it with, I think, root beer because it tastes like a root beer float.
Oh, I got
Oh,
that.
I
That sounds
bet
good.
you. That sounds okay. That
it
sounds
actually
good.
is really good.
That
I had a bottle
sounds. I might buy that.
I've had a bottle of peanut butter vodka for a decade. I just can't.
I mean,
it tastes great. Like it tastes like peanut butter, but like I have never had the thought, like it'd be great a PBJ and getting fucking hammered on vodka.
But like also to this point, if I want something that tastes like peanut butter, I don't think I want that in a liquid form.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Hey, to be fair, Screwball tastes good. I like Screwball.
this man's a
old-fashioned.
crunchy peanut butter eater. I know.
To be
it.
fair, yeah, that's the only way to eat peanut butter. What's wrong with you? Are you a
You don't eat
smooth?
the smooth?
No, it's just you don't
You
eat
smooth
Jiffy,
brain.
do you?
Why do you just?
He eats Giffy.
Jiffy.
I also have sunflower seed butter here too.
What? What the fuck's wrong with
I
you?
got
Just get
cookie
normal
butter.
butter.
No. Like it's like peanut butter, but it's sunflower seeds.
Oh,
That
that just
doesn't
sounds-
actually sound that good.
no.
It is.
Yeah, have you had sunflower seeds like while playing baseball? That's the only time I ate them. Is playing
Yeah, they're-
baseball. They're bland.
There's no shell in this. There's
You're
no
telling
shell.
me the dugout isn't
Caramel.
filled with sunflower seeds in your can? That's disgusting. That's the only point of it.
The
That makes
dugout filled with sunflower seeds
Yeah.
within your can. How big is your can that's got the whole ass dugout?
yeah, it was a little
Bro.
miniature dugout, like a miniature train dugout thingy, you know?
Yeah, they gave you sunflower seeds so you wouldn't start chewing, bro.
Stop trying.
Yeah, chewing tobacco.
Yeah, I
Fucking
know, yeah.
awful.
It didn't stop me from almost beating the shit out of some kid because he was annoying as shit with a baseball bat. That would have been fun.
If sunflower
Wow.
seeds can calm you down to that level,
Yeah, it's just keep eating them. And find what this is. I'm starting to think it is chewing tobacco to you.
No, gum is. Now, gum and me go a long way back because I'm fat. If you didn't know this, Brian, I'm pretty fat.
Yeah, we know.
So the gum and me go way back because I just like having something to chew on. So gum is good for me.
Oh, you
Is
have
it
oral
forced?
fixation. You're into that.
Maybe I have no fucking clue.
That's one way to put it. Yes.
I hadn't thought about it that way ever. I'm gonna be honest with you. I might have to go back and rethink some things. Maybe go to therapy now.
As he's sitting there, like twirling a pen eerily close to his mouth.
No, I'm just drinking water.
he's the kind of kid whose straw was chewed on, though.
Sure
man.
was. Yeah, I will admit that. I still do
Yeah,
to this day.
I'm riding
tell
window
Lynn.
seat, if you know what I mean.
Anybody don't tell Rin.
I still do that shit a lot.
Yeah, same. What's
A
wrong
bunch
with
of
it? It's my straw.
biters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my straw. When I'm done with my drink, I'm gonna chew on it like I chew on ice.
I'm talking
She
like
gets mad at me
mid-drink.
for it.
Oh God, no! Why would you, that prevents you from drinking the drink?
That's what I'm saying.
Disgusting. You do it after the drink because now you're bored because you don't have a
just
drink
toss
anymore.
it. No, you don't have to chew on it.
Just
bro.
go get some more water. Like, what?
Get the, excuse me. What kind of world do you live in where you have unlimited water? I thought you guys were from Michigan. I thought you guys don't drink tap.
Flint.
Yeah, I thought there's like a
Well,
bunch
not
of Flint in your
Flint.
water or something.
That's just Flint. Just don't live in Flint.
Just don't live in
Just don't
Flint.
live
in
Don't
Flint.
don't live in Flint or Detroit.
Ooh, I'm close to Detroit.
Here you just can't have shit there, so
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
plan on living there.
Like clean water.
Things are getting better. Things are getting better.
One can almost call it getting gentrified, but you know,
I'm okay with that.
I'm
I'm
not.
okay with that.
I'm not.
Why?
What are you
I love
talking
new
about?
food
Why?
places.
Yeah, I'm like,
Ryan's just against anything good.
yeah, like capitalism.
And Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
Look at
Wow.
that. And we're back to
just-
anime. So, what is the most anticipated anime for you guys this season? I was waiting for this. I was waiting for somebody to make an anime. Bleach?
Returning?
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
Does it have to be a returning one?
No,
or
no,
a
just
new one?
anything. Just any
Just
new
anything?
one. Yeah, any of the new
So-
ones.
So my most anticipated returning anime is Jujutsu Kaisen season 2.
I agreed with that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
My most anticipated new anime is probably Liar Liar.
Ah,
Liar Liar was really good.
I agree with the first one, but the most anticipated one is the Atelier one. I have my reasons.
Oh my god! And the reasons might include a little stocking on a thigh. Yeah, you fucking get
I
someone get
mean-
him a bonk.
Other than Liar Liar, maybe the girl I like forgot her glasses.
I think
was
that
really
one's the
good.
one I'm most looking forward to because I have nothing. I don't know anything about it besides
These
the
titles are super lazy.
Oh, you.
Bro, that's what I was saying. This is what I've been saying about anime. Like, I reincarnated as a vending machine. We're not even trying. Like, what are these names?
You want to talk about lazy? The most hysterical? Help me, please.
English.
Someone.
English.
Just shoot me.
Alexa, play
Oh,
English.
yella. The most
My mom and her
satirical
triple
last
super
boss
wonder-
queen, from villainous to savior. You want to talk about these? Just get longer and longer, by the way. This is like the 6th in the series. It's crazy. And then vending machine.
Anime names are lazy.
Well, it's because the light novel names are fucking lazy. I'd probably say Jujutsu Kaisen for myself, and I don't know, probably. I'm not sure. And maybe what's the office romance one?
My Tiny Senpai.
Oh, probably The Dreaming Boy is a realist, actually, just because I like that title. Know nothing
My Tiny
about it.
Senpai, isn't that the same thing as that other one where the lady's
Yeah,
small?
I'm really
Yeah,
hoping it's about
it-
the same, and if it isn't, then I'll be very disappointed.
I despise office romances.
I know you do.
Absolutely hate them.
You're fine with Wincest. I don't understand it.
I'm fine with Wincest. You want to fuck
Listen.
your sister? Fuck your sister. I don't. I just don't do it in the
Jesus
office.
Christ.
Sweet
Do
home
it in the
Alabama.
office. Do it at home. Do
Yeah, do it at home. Stay at home.
it at
Don't
home. Do it in the
office.
laundry room. Obviously.
No. Blimey. Oh,
Just get her stuck somewhere. I don't care. Just
Really-
fucking not at work.
Not a hard concept.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Listen,
Xander, go
all we're
sleep.
doing is pushing the agenda that Domestic Girlfriend was a spicy
A
show.
banger, an incredible show. 7 out of 10. Wouldn't watch it again.
God.
Would not watch
Still
it.
better than
Don't-
School Days.
I recommend watching it until the intro ends, and then you can turn it off, and then maybe go back to the intro and listen to that again.
Maybe just look it up on YouTube, the intro, that is.
Yeah, it's called "Crying for Rain" by Minami.
It's a great song.
Incredible song.
Beautiful song. But I didn't mean to talk over people. What about the rest of y'all? Including Xander.
I can't wait for Attack on Titan to wrap up.
Oh,
I don't know when it's
yeah.
coming back. I believe it's
I
soon.
think it's winter. I
I
think
think
it
it's
comes
next
out winter.
season.
fall.
Yeah. Or yeah, I think so. I don't know.
think
I
it's
mean,
winter.
you act like that's going to be the final season though, because how many final seasons have they had? Like 6 at this point.
Trying to keep going.
And keep going because they
Keep
can't
getting
stop.
money.
Oh, actually, my most anticipated anime that is this fall. It's Soso no Frieren.
Oh,
It's a really good story. I don't even know how to describe it.
if we're going the fall, is the Konosuba one coming out this fall? Or is that next year? I know
Next
Konosuba
year.
season 3 just got announced.
I think it's next year.
Damn. Well,
Well,
nothing
none
good's
of
coming out
you-
this year.
We're like hyped for another season of Thousand Year Blood War.
No,
Wow.
I don't
I
watch it.
don't even know what that is.
Me
Year
either.
Blood
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's
Bleach.
Bleach. I
Oh,
don't watch
yeah.
shonen
It's the
anymore.
final. It's like the final arc of Bleach.
I watched maybe 50 episodes of the original Bleach at most.
Oh,
Right.
you got to watch it. That's one of those things you have
Yeah.
to watch with a guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
just
watched-
didn't know.
I watched
just-
all of Bleach as a kid, so I
I
have
read
no
a lot of
interest
it.
in watching Bleach again.
I read a lot of Bleach, but eventually
That's just what
my
it
brother
comes
stopped
down.
buying the volume, so I stopped watching it and reading it.
The last quarter of Bleach is just bullshit.
Just don't watch it. Yeah.
It's all bullshit. They break
It's a
too
little
many
rough.
rules. There's too many loopholes.
Yeah.
Thousand Year is very good so far. You just ignore plot.
Yeah, just
Uh-huh.
throw that out.
Yeah, just
Yeah, throw
pretend
that
like this show has no story and it's fine.
No shot.
Yeah, no, I already watched the entire
No
original
shot.
Bleach. I'm not gonna watch it again. I'm not gonna watch any more Bleach.
Like they hype up this one thing in Bleach for literal years. He does the thing, and then they're like, "Oh, you got all these consequences," and then there's none.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the filler, dude. The filler is presented as story so much. It's not
Yeah.
like there's the obvious like beach scenes, but then like you get like hit like Bount, and you're like, wait, what happened with this? Like, why is he like back to zero? And it's so like confusing. That's why you really need
Yeah.
to skip every arc, every side arc.
Every arc, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't watch the show. Bleach bad. It's 5 out of 10.
Ichigo somewhere else.
And
Anywhere
just
but
go
here.
watch Naruto if you want something like
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
I think I'm scared that JJK is going to be a little rough for season 2.
Yeah,
We'll
agreed.
see. I don't.
Yeah.
I have not watched. I have not read the manga. I don't know.
Either
Have you
do
watched
I.
the movie?
Yeah. The
Oh,
movie
good.
was. Oh my
Yeah,
god, so
The
good.
movie will provide context to this next season.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good. I want it to go in that direction. Good.
Well, yeah, because the movie was just
Introducing that character.
yeah, it was introducing him and giving you like backstory for
Backstory
him.
on him, yeah,
because he does come up.
he's introduced much earlier in the manga.
Yeah.
But they didn't cover. They started a little. They started the main concept for the anime. It didn't give you the backstory yet.
Well, that's fucking exciting then.
Yeah.
I have no clue what you're talking about because it's been a long time since I've seen that movie and I don't remember it at all.
It didn't come out that long ago.
No, it didn't.
JJK is really good.
Oh wow. I forget.
It was a while ago. What are you talking about?
Wasn't it?
It wasn't a year or so ago? That's not too long ago in terms of anime. Things take years to happen, okay? It took, what,
That's
12
2021.
years
Yeah.
for fucking season 2 of
I guess it
Classroom?
was a little over a year ago. It was March 18th of 2022.
Yeah.
Go.
God,
One
that feels
Piece
like
is continuing because of course it is.
Now, I can't wait for Mazume-kun's Revenge.
Awesome,
Second
okay.
season. That will be such
I thought that already came out.
terrible. It's
No,
going to be great.
Yeah, it came out today.
Oh,
Oh,
Or
really?
did it
Okay, yeah, because we got to wait like 2 weeks before we start watching things, okay? We got to get 2 episodes out, and then bada bing, bada
Yeah.
boom. Then we binge
That's
it.
smart.
That's what I do. I don't touch it. I finish up the
JJK comes out
shitty
in
ones
3
from
days.
last year. Or last
Horimiya's
season.
already out.
Horimiya's already out? Ooh, that's tempting.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a banger no matter what.
Bleach comes out on the 8th.
Oh, you know what else comes out on the 8th?
Not domestic.
Rent
Girlfriend.
a Girlfriend, which is
gross.
the worst thing on the planet. Don't understand how
Leave
anybody
Girl,
watches
and
that.
The rest of it's bad. There's only one good character. So.
None of them are good.
Now that's a little harsh, don't you think?
No.
no,
Did you,
it was so cringy.
Did you guys like
It is.
Dead Mount Deathplay?
I am about 7 episodes in, and I was waiting for it to finish to binge it because I didn't think it was good enough for me to watch weekly, but I thought it was good enough to watch the shit out of it.
They're gonna split it up. They're gonna skip this season, and the next season is the second half of season 1.
Oh, okay, fair
So
enough.
if you wait, you can binge really heavy. But
That's
it
tempting.
ended at a good spot. I like it.
It's better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be something shitty, but I was like, oh, this is actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's better than most of the East guys that came out last season, which
Yeah.
many and bad they were.
I wasn't a fan of Hell's Paradise.
Music was a bop. Can't change my mind
Yeah.
on that.
Trying to think of what
I still think of okay. If we're talking about this, or technically last season now that this season's technically out, summer, spring 2023. Let's be honest here. Out of everything, I love Dangers in Your Heart. It was so good. I
Yeah,
started reading the manga.
favorite
I
anime.
haven't even finished it yet.
Don't even get
Favorite anime of that seson by far.
so good.
I
Agreed.
haven't
Yeah.
even finished the first episode.
Then
of
finish it.
Oshinoko.
Just fucking finish it.
I'd recommend just watching it. It is probably it's probably a top 5 anime for me now. It's
I'll
It's up
put
there.
that on my list. If you guys
Agreed.
are giving it that high praise.
If you like ROM, then yeah, it's fantastic.
if you like rom-com, it's very, very good.
Wait. Have you seen Maiden Abyss yet?
Me?
No, Brian.
No.
Yeah. Oh no, you
said
haven't.
you like messed up anime.
Oh, I'm shocked. Yeah, that's the first thing I looked into when I would start getting into the messed up anime.
I'm aware of it. I just haven't got it.
Maiden
Fair
Abyss
enough.
is good.
That's a story that's probably never going to end, though.
No, like One
they get like
Piece.
a chapter every 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll just end it soon.
To end it, so, like what with a Colt 1911?
Yeah. Maiden Abyss.
Jesus.
End it all.
Like the author of Berserk did. Ugh.
One anime that was really hyped up to me that was incredibly disappointing when I tried to watch it was Ranking of Kings. Hated it.
Really? I liked
I
it.
love that.
I liked it.
Hated it.
For me, it was for this season, it was what was it? The Legendary Hero is Dead. I heard so many good things about the manga. It sucked. I hated that show.
Listen. I can tell you all about shows that in manga / light novel form, great.
Oh
Anime, horrible. Let me tell you about a little thing called Ari Ferretta.
Ari Ferretta.
Light
I knew you were
novels
gonna
are
say
great.
it.
Anime, horrible.
Hey, that CG is better than Overlords, though.
Overlord. another
Anime
one
gone
where I-
wrong.
I love the light novel for Overlord. I hate the anime.
You know who somehow got worse CG than Overlord though?
Hmm.
That the religion anime.
Oh, don't even get me. They literally, their voice actors are out of this park. Like, they got some of the best voice actors, right? I don't know who the hell they made. You know, I'm on Mal. I'm on this season. What do we got? Let's see. Who made this tragedy of a train wreck? That's a great point.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's the religion isekai. Where
Working
he
for a
gets
god in a
reincarnated.
godless
Yeah.
world. I got about
that
6
is
episodes
really,
in,
really bad.
and I just couldn't do it
CGI.
anymore. Okay, you're gonna love this, right? Producers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 producers, and the studio is Studio Palette, which has made 4 animes.
All along, it was Studio Trigger made that anime.
It's
Oh, you know it's
I
getting
would
redone?
cry.
You guys
What?
ready for that Spice and Wolf?
Oh yeah,
What was the question? Most anticipated anime?
yes.
Yeah,
Hero Classroom. For me,
Real Classroom.
hmm
It's like a spy classroom. I didn't know Hero
that
Classroom.
one I saw the trailer for. It looks really good.
It
Remains
comes
to
out
be
this
seen.
season, doesn't it?
Yeah, I believe I would need my anime jockeys to tell me.
Jockeys. I thought you were the jockey.
It's a show, not a movie.
It's a show.
TV, yes,
Yeah.
anime. Anime coming out.
Comes
the
out July
trailer-
9th, apparently.
Awesome.
6 days.
Let's look on Mal. Let me see if I.
So yeah, you can look up the
Oh, yeah, I
trailer
found
for Hero Classroom and check it out for yourself.
Oh, that
Uh,
was that.
I think it looks good. I'm gonna check it out.
Actually,
but,
is it on Mal?
yeah.
Where the hell is it on Mal?
Yeah, it's on Mal.
What's
It's
the
listed
Japanese?
as EU Kyoshitsu. Kyoshitsu, yeah.
Is it on this current season?
Yeah, it's got the red lady on it.
The Red Lady. Ah, that one.
Red-
Gotcha. Yep.
red-haired
yep.
lady,
Tag
yeah.
Ichi. Yep. Or Echi.
Yeah, Echi.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to mispronounce it, you know.
He's such a boomer, I swear to God, sometimes.
Yeah, I've been told I have a wise old soul.
No.
No.
Yeah,
Old soul is
old
never
soul.
has
No,
time.
You're stupid, bro.
You have an old
my
soul,
God.
but wise isn't a part of it.
Whoa, whoa. How am I not wise?
You can say old all you want. You're not wise.
I'm gonna fucking murder some bitches. Excuse me? How am I not
That's
wise?
exactly what the wise old man I thought in my dreams would say. I'm gonna murder some bitches.
Yeah, you tell me you're wise old guy in your dreams don't say that?
My wise old dudes. No.
Dudeheads. You don't go hang
How's it
tie
going, dude?
at the beach with your boards? Fellow kids?
Please stop
Jesus. He's trying hard.
Oh boy.
talking.
What are you guys playing?
Oh, video
Legends
game
of
wise.
Arceus.
Yeah.
I've been on a Persona 4 kick because it went on sale,
Mm,
and I've been
yeah.
bugged to play the Persona series. I've been loving
Yep.
it. Of course, Battle Bit.
So right now, free on Epic is the Dungeon of Nullbrook, which I am just getting into. I just finished Spider-Man Miles Morales. Very fucking. Do not buy that game for more than $20. That is a 5-hour experience. If you 100% it, you're talking maybe 9 hours. It is a way too short game. But right now, I'm in the middle of Dungeon of Nullbrook. Free on Epic. I would highly recommend everybody checking that out.
It's that bad, huh, Xander?
No,
I
so,
like it.
I'll pass that on. You know, I'll just ignore
I'm
that.
enjoying Dungeon of Nullbrook. But Miles Morales, yeah, it was rough. I mean, it was good. It was a good cutscene storyline, but short.
So like standard AAA title.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Here's how we lied to you now.
Live from Brooklyn.
Clone and I have been getting into Grounded. We just recently got the bad ending, so we gotta go back and get the good one.
Yep. We might.
I'll
To
be
be
trying
honest with
it.
you, we might wait and restart it all, Alex, and get Xander in
Yeah.
here. You know.
Yeah. But we'll pick the server option this time that you can just have anybody
Please.
join it whenever
Please.
they want.
So I can offline grind while you're at work because I have nothing better to do
Honkai Star Rail, like always, because it's the best
Oh,
gacha
yeah.
game in the market.
right now. Yep.
I just tried Honkai. Tried to be a honker. I can immediately get into it.
Oh, I couldn't get into Genshin. That was my
I couldn't get
issue,
into
but
Genshin either.
Star
I
Rail,
ran.
top tier.
I'm like Drew on Honkai. I got like the same 5-star like 6 times in a row. I was like, no, I'm done.
Which one did you get?
I got
Main King
Kashin.
again?
Like 16,000 times.
And Genshin.
Yeah. No, and fucking Honkai, I got the character I wanted. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I
It's
just
great.
keep getting fucking
Bronya?
Bronya.
Yeah. Honkai's been good. It's
All I get are Bronya.
July 7th is new season of Median XL. It's a mod for Diablo 2. So
Oh, okay.
full like overhaul mod. Pretty hyped for that. I generally like rotate action RPG leagues like Hero Siege and PoE,
Okay.
Last Epoch.
How
that
many
kind of
hours
stuff.
on Poe do you have?
Probably like 4,000. Probably.
That's light numbers. Yeah, that's pretty light.
Yeah, it's not bad.
If
But,
someone
like,
could do the math on how many years that is.
Your mom.
Wow. I want to go downstairs and tell her that. And you said that.
She's a nice lady.
That's what I thought.
That's what I knew.
Mm-hmm.
You should appreciate it.
But still, 4K hours in PoE. I'm shocked. Legit. I don't think I know anybody else that has that kind of hours.
Not even Kang for Monster Hunter.
No.
Well,
I mean, that's like in the world of like grinding games, that's nothing. Like compared to like most people's WoW accounts, it's fucking dog shit.
Okay, that's true. Yeah. Who grinds WoW? Am I right?
I
Guy.
have multiple friends that are like I have one friend, Cobra Kai. Xander may know him. He has not stopped. His sub has not expired since Classic.
Oh my god, that's a lot of money.
Fucking insane. He like 2 years ago he decided like, man, I think I'm gonna go like start going a little lighter. I'm gonna like be more casual. So he narrowed it down to 3 alts. It's dude's like literally insane.
Fucking hell.
I
could imagine
we have
doing
another
that.
friend, Harley, that was in like one of the top guilds. There's a Oceania guild. Aussie.
No, I thought you meant like the ocean.
What was the name of the guild?
I cannot remember.
In Legion, I rated Mythic with a Nazi guild that was like top 20 guilds or something.
They beat his guild. They did some crazy stuff. They were rating like 1 day less, and on one of them they beat Method. Like they were ahead of Method just for a little bit. Yeah, kind of cool.
That's
yeah,
quite cool.
I don't really like. I don't like WoW.
No one here does. I don't think.
False. I used to like WoW.
Currently, you don't like WoW though, correct?
I'm not playing WoW.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'm not playing.
He's dodging the question.
It's like a religion. I'm not participating currently, but I could be persuaded by a small cult.
Yeah.
By a small cult.
I think Doug's major issue is time. WoW takes too much time.
It really does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I need something I can pick up and put down and come back to. So Pokemon has been that filler for me right now.
Yeah, you just went
good
to a
choice.
LAN, a major event.
Yeah, most of them
Did.
this year.
I went to NAIC, North American International Championship. It was incredible. I'm hooked, and I can't wait to do it again.
I can't wait to say that I know a semi-finalist and then a finalist. You know,
Someday.
one of
Just
these
not
days.
yet.
You'll get there.
Your company should really be funding you, Doug. Imagine the PR they could get from that. Come work for us. We have the North American champion for Pokemon.
It's kind of funny when you say it like that.
It'll be hip with the kids. I'll tell you what.
No, he did not use Girder in the championships.
You know what else
He
was
did
hip
use
with
Flutter
kids?
Mane. He did use Fluttermane, and it's what won the game.
And Flutter goes burr.
Oh, the guild was ethical. I
Ah,
just had to look it up.
yeah. I did not raid with them, but I hear good things about them.
I mean, I would imagine if your guild name is ethical, you might be good.
Yeah, they were
No bad
like he
things.
was. It was the kind of guild where my buddy was like borderline suicidal. Like after any poll he messed up.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
It was that level of those guys were pushing themselves way too fucking hard.
Well, this took a turn for the dark.
It's not even that dark.
But with this new flashlight, I don't know any flashlight companies.
With this new flashlight, let it illuminate your sex life.
That's funny, guys. You're
This
funny,
sponsor
guys.
is also sponsored by Dry Sheets. Get your dry sheets.
Gas
This
station
sponsored
caffeine
by,
pill.
sponsored by, sponsored by, sponsored by,
Sponsor?
sponsored by.
I like sponsors of my sponsors.
Buy,
can sponsor while you
buy,
sponsor.
buy. If you're not
So,
buying, you're dying.
Well,
You're gonna tell us why it was 100 degrees in Oregon?
I was gonna say, well, it seems like we're winding down here. So unless anybody else has any major topics that we should talk about with the 6 of us, I'll give it a couple of minutes. You know, let you guys mull on it. Just sit here awkwardly.
Silence.
Yeah, a little bit of breathing.
Wait, why would
Don't
okay, tell
start
us what the
breathing in your
100,
mic.
100 degrees.
Okay, all right. Well, then we got to do segueing into our favorite section of the podcast, also known as the part where Alex and Xander don't speak a word.
This has to be the worst segue of all time.
Trust me, the other ones are much worse.
It is a segue of all time.
It exists as a segue in name only.
Name only, but not quite the vehicle, you know? But anyway, so I got a couple of things. One, we can talk about something I'm sure you guys have heard of, because I'm shocked if you haven't, but this year's going to be an El Nino year, if you know what that is, compared to an El Nina, which is typically what the world is. Which pretty much means we're going to be warm as shit this year. Which, obviously, you've been following, I think on Reddit it's been posted about how the south of at least America has already hit some sections where the temperature's been so fucking bad that you could have died because the humidity's off the charts, sweat isn't coming off you, blah, 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 blah.
115 degrees here.
There you go. Yeah, so El Nino essentially is, let's see what the BB says. Yeah, BB. The BBC says about what is an El Nino, because as much as I could describe it, taking someone else's words and describing it further from there is a lot easier.
I believe it's Spanish for the boy.
It is, yes. So an El Nino event is just meaning it's warmer. It's typically declared when a sea surface temperatures in the tropical eastern Pacific rise to at least 0.5 degrees Celsius above the long-term average. So essentially what that means is the planet just gets hot for a year. Hotter than normal. Which in this case it's getting significantly hotter compared to typically. Which kind of sucks. But pretty much what an El Nino temperature, like I said, pretty much means is, so at least how the western United States of America gets cooled primarily is the cool air from the ocean, Pacific Ocean, comes in and cools this down. Then it hits the Cascade Mountains, and then it gets, you have the rain shadow effect where all the rain is on this side. Then you have, kind of the middle states of America, and it gets drier and a little hotter, and then it gets a little cooler over the course of, getting over to the East Coast again. So with this, what it pretty much means is warmer winds further east and west, essentially. It just warms up the planet because the water, which is primarily the cooling center of the planet, because it's a body of fucking water, and if nobody knows this, it takes a lot of energy to heat up water, which is why it takes fucking forever for a water pot to boil, because it's typically one of the highest joules liquid compared to just like dirt. It absorbs a lot more energy, so pretty much, like I said, that just causes water rise up, which that just kind of sucks because it just means it's going to be hot as fuck. So what does the BBC say? This does. Global temperatures typically increase during an El Nino episode. Ooh, and fall during El Nino. El Nino means warmer water spreads further and stays closer to the surface. This releases more heat into the atmosphere, creating wetter and warmer air. AKA, pretty much what I fucking said, but basic. But of course, regional effects are, complicated. Which apparently, this is new, or at least not that I've heard of. 2016 was the hottest on record for an El Nino year. So that'll be interesting.
Been the hottest year ever for the last 20 years.
Yep. But El Nino, we haven't had an El Nino in a while. Because standard is El Nino, pretty much. Well, it's not really, but standard is standard.
Dude, El Nino is the meta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
El
wish.
Niño
If I could
meta.
live in an El Nino fucking planet
Alex
forever.
just equating our fucking doom to gaming memes.
Yeah,
But-
I'm an El Nino girl living in an El Nino world.
Segueing into climate change more so is the fact that apparently I need to check this source because I don't check BBC. I don't check sources on this podcast because no one's ever asked me to.
Cite your sources. Cite your sources.
Which I'd have to fucking look for them because BBC doesn't exactly cite them. I'll be honest with you.
He said
Um,
BBC.
Yeah, I find a bunch of different climate news everywhere. I mean, I can talk about a lot of shit. I have so many tabs
Yeah.
open, you don't even know.
He trusts the BBC.
BBC tends to be biased towards true facts regarding the climate, so I tend to go for that. Now I don't know where they got the statistic from, but researchers say there's now a 66% chance we will pass the 1.5 degree Celsius global warming threshold between now and 2027, which
I'm starting to not trust all these researchers. They
I'm
say
shocked
a lot of things.
that 34% of researchers say that we're not going to hit that mark because with how climate change works, which I've talked about in the podcast before, is due to the greenhouse gases and stuff like that. It's a never-ending cycle unless we remove them via like carbon sinking, which is one of the most popular things. Which is why we talk about trees being good in the environment because it carbon sinks things. It gets a lot of the natural gases, the greenhouse gases out of the air, and overall cools the planet down a little bit more. But essentially, at this point, in my opinion, because I'm a nihilist, I'm shocked we haven't hit it yet. I mean, that just blows my mind. But the 1.5 degrees Celsius global warming threshold isn't really a 1.5 degrees Celsius warming threshold, which I've talked about in the past. That's just the settlement that the scientists in the 80s told the governments, hey, in reality, we don't want to go above a degree Celsius. And they're like, well, that's not going to work because we need oil to sustain ourselves, to exist as a society. And the scientists is like, yeah, but that's going to kill humanity. And they're like, what about 1.5? Scientists like, but that, okay. And no one listened to the UN anyways, so yippee-ki-yay. But regretfully, like I stated, the El Nino year really just kind of makes it worse because it's just going to be hotter. And so what that's going to do overall anywhere, I know it's been kind of a climate change heavy, like past 3 episodes, I think. But it's a pretty big topic here, is eventually, especially during this year, with existing without AC in a lot of the hotter places, even like the cooler places, like by me, it barely hit 100 when I was growing up, and suddenly it's getting into 120 occasionally. Is AC is going to be more prevalent than ever. The problem with that is a lot of marginalized people, obviously the poor side, doesn't matter if you're, I'm just saying marginalized because that's typically what they are going to be disproportionately getting affected by that. And that's where environmental justice comes in. That's where this and that comes in, and that's
you're
where.
Telling me this is a good thing.
Well, if you want to destroy the marginalized people, then yeah, this is technically a good
We're
thing. Yeah.
getting rid of the poor trademark.
See, the problem about that, though, right, is then you don't have any workers for your company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What if
capitalism
I
doesn't go
pay
broke.
my workers well?
Well, then you don't have marginalized people anymore. Suddenly, bada bing, bada boom.
So it's back to being a good thing. I get it.
No,
I
then you're
get
a
it, yeah.
communist.
Then you're a communist. And then we get the
Oh,
Red
yeah, I
Scare
can't
all
do
over again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
McCarthy's
see.
coming for you.
McCarthy did nothing wrong.
Let's learn a little
Fuck
bit
them
more
coming.
about El Nino year, shall we? Let's see what Wikipedia, who do cite their sources.
Okay,
He's
you
getting
got
better at
it.
this. He's getting better, right?
No.
You'll know how to talk eventually, right?
This can't
I
be a
wish.
forever thing.
No, it's only gotten worse because the teacher once told me I'd have to fix it. Concept, blah 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 blah. Warming causes a shift in the atmospheric circulation, with rainfall becoming reduced over in Indonesia, India, and northern Australia, while rainfall in typical or tropical cyclone formations increase over the tropical Pacific Ocean.
What about us?
It's Pacific Ocean, so it affects us. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. As a warm phase of the Southern Oscillation is associated with a band of warm ocean water that develops in the central and east central equatorial Pacific. Great, okay. Including the area off the Pacific coast of South America. which, of course, again, this kind of goes back into a topic I think I talked about once in the podcast before, which the ocean has these currents in it, underground and above water, and that's how, like I said, the winds and stuff like that have to do, not play a part of it, but due to, I would say the ocean, typically on the western side, is cold as shit, of the United States, I should say, depending on which country that will vary, and so the cold air goes, as it warms up, goes further down, and blah, 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 blah. I don't know, the fucking circulation, I have to look it up again, because it's been, I don't know, a couple years since I even researched the topic, really. And so that's how typically cooling happens over the planet and over the ocean. There's a circulation, and due to the heat, the densities of water, as it gets less dense, it goes down. Then as it cools up, it goes back up. Blah 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 blah. Essentially, the El Nino just fucks with that, and so it's just constantly warm, and so it doesn't really have a chance to cool, and so it's just constantly slightly warmer than normal, which typically just makes the land more warm everywhere. It affects the places near the equator the most, of course. Like most things that have to do with heat. I don't know why the planet's like that, but that's just the way the planet works. And there you go. There's my rambling for the week. Have I bided enough time?
No, because unfortunately, while you gave us a long story like usual, and you gave us all these great things, we like our environmental facts to be simple and straight. So what's the environmental fact to end us on?
El Nino exists. Be careful
that was
out
part
there.
of your
Drink
paragraph.
water. Okay, you want a different fact? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Did you know that cheetahs have spots? Environmental fact.
Environmental fact. I mean, environmental fact.
Loss of wetlands. You could talk about that.
Oh, I mean, I could go on that about for hours, considering I researched the shit out of that in college. I mean, we can talk about how, what was it? The oil fields up in Alaska got the green light to get drilled. I think that was the thing, which is technically a loss of wetlands. A lot of wetlands are getting destroyed, primarily because, one, lack of water. Two, because people like putting concrete blocks over it and building on it, like some fucking morons. Because that's where you should build your lands, a fucking floodplain. Three, there's a lot of artificial wetlands. Typically, okay, here's a nice little environmental fact for you. If you build over a wetland, at least in Oregon, I believe it's a federal law. Let's say you want to build a Fred Meyer or a Kroger for people on the East Coast on a wetland, right? So the permitting process with the NEPA process mixed with the EIS statements, or really EI statements, or environmental impact statements, what you have to do there is you pretty much have to rebuild the wetland, but artificially somewhere else to take up that. But it has to still be within the same watershed. And so it still produces the same amount of benefit, and it has to be a net gain. Or not gain, but, it has to stay just the same, or better, ideally, than the original wetland. So technically, you're supposed to practically pick up the wetland, move it somewhere else, essentially. And typically how they do that is with bioswales. And so that's one of the reasons why you see a lot of artificial bioswales nowadays, is because someone wanted to build on top of a natural habitat where it's going to get destroyed, which means they got to build a different one, pretty much right next to it. The side benefit of that is if there's any runoff from, like, let's say they have a parking lot, that parking lot, they can just run it through the bioswale. Typically, all the pollutants get away, or get filtered out through the soil, stuff like that. So that's cool.
What are your immediate thoughts on rampant wildfires in Canada?
Well,
not rampant, but the major wildfires.
I don't specialize in Canadian bullshit, but so typically when that happens, it means the two things, right? I'm a great believer of even before anybody set foot in this continent, right? You have the indigenous people of these areas, and at least historically, the American Native Americans, and by when I say American, I mean Northern America. I'm not too sure about Canada, but I'm pretty sure about them too. Is they did prescribe burning every once in a while because they understood that it was good for the soil, for one, and two, it's just good to reset things. That's what nature's done forever. The problem with the humans existing and building towns everywhere is we don't want our houses burning down and people getting killed. So we prevent fires, which ultimately causes a problem where a great example of this is the Western United States fires, and probably, to be honest with you, the Canadian fires, where you have some dumbass. I don't know how the Canadian one's fire started. It looked like, if I remember correctly, when I looked it up like a month ago, lightning was the primary thing, which is okay, whatever. But in the Western ones, it was some idiot firing off fireworks twice. When everything like that happens, if you don't thin your trees or you don't clear out the debris underneath the, just dead leaves and shit like that, you have a lot of dry, typically, fuel. Which, if you've ever been camping, what you do is you go grab some dead leaves and a pine cone, and you light it on fire, and suddenly you have a fire. And then you put your logs on top of that. So, essentially what we've done is made a giant campfire without doing any of these thinning or regulations on. Maybe we should do prescribed burning, which is what the Oregon Forest Service technically, actually, the year that all our fires, or wildfires happened, we decided to start doing prescribed burning, which happened too late because at that point our wildfires were gone, or our forests were practically gone. So, don't need to prescribe burning when all of them burn to the fucking ground anyways. So my opinion on the Canada ones is I think it's probably good for the environment because I truly believe that it needs to happen at some point. The biggest issue with it is if it's uncontrollable, then you're going to have casualties. And when you have casualties, that's a problem, right? Ideally, you do this in a way that, oh, okay, every couple of years we do a small burning here, small burning here, small burning here, that where the air pollution doesn't get so bad that it contributes to climate change and, carcinary issues and health respiratory issues and blah, 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 blah. And you don't burn down millions of dollars in property. And, of course, no one gets killed by a fire. And that's the biggest issue. So I'd have to look up which the primary ones, but if I remember correctly, like I said, lightning was the bigger issue. So that tells me that just their forest practices probably weren't the best like everywhere else in the world. No one's forest practices are good, regretfully. I mean, you want to talk
You
about...
only have so much budget.
That's the primarily one. It's also because of a Western standard of thinking. Instead of looking at the holistic thing, it's we don't want to burn things because that could harm humans, especially with how close a lot of civilization are, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so it's a monetary thing mixed with a moral thing, mixed with a lot of crap. Ultimately, it sucks that people die, but like anything on this planet, we are reactive rather than proactive. And so a tragedy like this tends to kickstart things. So...
Well then, we kind of killed it on this podcast this week.
You saying? We think we should have 6 guests every time?
Kind of, yeah. It went real well.
Sorry, we should have talked over each other way more.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what we
That
really
was
should have
funny.
done. Yeah. We can get that done really quick. I mean, we can probably get that, the amount of talking we'd have done, like 20 minutes here, easily. Of course, what are we, past 2 hours already? Yes, sir.
Remember, stab your neighbor.
That's what we're going to end it on?
Yep.
Well,
Or
you
we
hear...
can end it on you attempting a tongue twister, Clark.
Which tongue
Yeah.
twister?
Oh, he's got it. Let's do it. Let's do this one.
Sally sells seashells down by the seashore.
Nope.
Irish twist
A
watch?
synonym for cinnamon is a cinnamon synonym.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
not able to do that one. I guarantee you it. A synonym
If I can read it, I can.
for cinnamon is a cinnamon. Cinnamon. There you go. See, you can't even do it slowly. Only one I want to do is Irish twist watch.
Irish wristwatch.
Cinnamon for cinnamon is a cinnamon.
No, you fucked it up, bro.
A synonym
Yes, yeah.
for cinnamon is a synonym. Fuck.
See, it's
That's
hard.
close.
A synonym for cinnamon is a cinnamon synonym.
There
There
you
you
go.
go, Sander.
Thank you everybody for
No,
joining us on this podcast.
Xander, come on,
Tonight
boy.
was a great podcast.
Yeah,
I ended
everyone's
it.
gone now. Bye. Thanks.
Come on, Xander, say it. Peer pressure.
Synonym
Drink the
for
Kool-Aid.
synonym is a synonym.
Perfect.
He
Like
did it.
he just said synonym 4 times.
True.
Good night.
I do it for you first try. I gave you a good example.
Yeah. I don't speak good English, okay? I went through speech class for
Download
like 6 years.
NordVPN.
It don't actually. It sucks.
Bye. Have a beautiful
All right,
time.
y'all have a great night. Again, thank you for our 3 guests for joining us. And if you ever want to join again, by all means, you're always welcome. It's kind of boring around here with these 2 stale crackers, typically.
True.
So, yeah. Hopefully you had a good time. If you were to rate it out of,
Out of 10?
out of cookies, what type of cookie do you think this podcast is? Let's get weird.
This is
It's a mint chocolate chip,
Sugar
Okay.
cookie.
but like a little bit too much salt.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
You know, like you
oatmeal
had just like a
raisin.
little bit too much salt with cookie.
I get
It's
it.
like
Yeah.
borderline violating YouTube standards. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The best type of borderline. So you go with mint
The
chocolate chip
best
with too
kind
much
of
salt,
border.
and you go with what'd you say? Oatmeal raisin.
Oatmeal raisin. Not everyone's gonna like it,
Okay.
but it's still good.
And Xander, who doesn't have opinion in this because he's stay here whether he likes it or not, because he's forced me to do this podcast at gunpoint.
Yes.
Doug, how about you? Well, how would you rate this time compared to the other time in terms of cookies?
In terms of cookies,
Mhm.
oh, I gave up sugar 6 months ago, right?
I'm sure you still
Um,
remember the taste of a cookie, though.
Yeah, but like, I like chocolate chip cookies and
Okay.
double chocolate and macadamia nut. It's like Oreos are like really good, right?
So you're telling me this podcast is one of the best you've ever been on, then?
No, Biscoff.
God. No, that's it. The reviews are over. We're ending this.